Welcome back to Orange Hat Reviews. So, just figure I'd do a random stream while eating my lunch. Hence why I'm off camera. I also wanted to talk about the stupid animation style of Star Wars during Empire Strikes Back. And I gotta say, really not liking it. Now, folks, I am now officially declaring the current Lucasfilm Story Group as a group that does not like Star Wars, because they are making Luke look like a bitch. They're retconning the story, making General Riken less important in the Battle of Hoth by inserting Leia as a general, which she was not. I don't care what Disney says. So yeah, Disney Story Group for Star Wars. Eat my white puckered asshole. I'm sick and tired of you fucking around with shit that happens to be something or associated with something I like. It's no wonder people do not like Disney anymore, because you got to bring in all this woke nonsense and garbage. I mean, what are you going to do next? Have Leia in two places at once for Return of the Jedi? Going to have her save Han Solo while she's stuck on Jabba's barge choking out Jabba? I mean, seriously, what the fuck are you thinking? You guys have already retconned episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 with your bullshit Disney trilogy. And frankly, I'm sick of it. I am sick of it. And I gotta say, for Lucasfilm to okay this bullshit when it is actually dangerous to do, you are taking established lore and you are saying that it is okay to change it. Well, it's not. I'm not going to buy any more Disney bullshit. I'm not going to endorse Disney when it comes to Star Wars, because Disney Star Wars is not Star Wars, folks. And the sooner people realize that, the sooner you will open your eyes to the reality that Disney doesn't give a fuck about you. That they don't give a shit about your feelings. They only care about the green you put in their pockets. And yet you all, not all, but many of you, the blind newbie fans, will just eat that shit up like it's the second coming of Christ. How dare you guys, really, honestly? I mean, the fact that you are willing to accept something simply because it has the label of Star Wars on it is fucking disgusting. I don't agree with everything that I talk to about people. But the thing is, all I ask is that if you actually like the Disney trilogy, go ahead. I'm glad you like it. But at least admit that it doesn't fucking make sense. If you can do that, I will respect you so much. But for this bullshit of Galaxy of Heroes or whatever, this animation style that was doing Empire Strikes Back, and the original trilogy that makes Luke Skywalker look like a fucking woman with the pouty lips and the fucking feminine features and whatnot, get the fuck out of here. That's not Luke Skywalker. And I'll tell you right now, I am pissed off, folks. I do not appreciate the fact that Disney thinks they know what's best for us. They're hiring fucking, what's his goddamn name? Taika Waititi. The same God complex motherfucker to do a Star Wars movie when he already threatened Marvel fans, I'll ruin your mythos in a minute, baby. And also says, you don't know what we want until we give it to you. Bitch, you know what other kind of people say that? Rapists. So yeah, you're basically putting in a verbal rapist to make a Star Wars movie. And yet, Hollywood continues to do it. Disney continues to do it. Even though they continue to lose money because of it. Because now, they can't come back from it. If they were to ask me to come to the table, I would say, first off, get rid of Kathleen Kennedy, disavow any works she is responsible for, decanonize all your Disney works from Star Wars, recanonize the Legends universe, also, make sure that Rian Johnson never touches Star Wars again. I also want you to admit in a public fucking venue on every media source you can that The Last Jedi was the biggest mistake you had ever made. If they do that, I will be the first person to step to the plate or to step to the table and say, okay, we're willing to negotiate. But they haven't done that yet. And it's pissing me off. Instead, they decide to further abuse Star Wars. And I am so sick and tired of it. That's why I haven't reported on it. You want to know why I'm not reporting on things pertaining to Disney Star Wars? It's because I've literally get so angry like I am right now at what they're doing to something I've loved since I was 2 fucking years old. And they continue to do the equivalent of what a person who beats their child does. Abuse it. And I am so sick and tired of it. I am so sick and tired of this woke nonsense of how the thing is, folks, people who are woke, all this woke nonsense, that's a threat. That's the real threat to humanity, in my opinion. You want to turn people into fucking hive-minded morons? No. I will fight you 100% of the fucking way. You want to continue to push identity politics in movies? I will not endorse a single fucking movie that does identity politics or a political standpoint unless it is integral to the plot. You also got the James Cameron thing I did a video on the other day. I don't usually do videos over the weekend, folks, but that James Cameron one where he's being a flaming fucking hypocrite deserved it. Saying that he never sexually objectified women. Didn't you marry a woman that you gave a sex scene to in a fucking movie, James? I believe her name was Linda Hamilton. I mean, was it her breasts in that certain scene in the Terminator that gave you the idea that, oh, maybe I should get with her. I mean, seriously. James Cameron now says that he has a successful career where he never sexually objectified women. You are a fucking liar. I'm pretty sure Jamie Lee Curtis would disagree with you. I am pretty sure that Kate Winslet would disagree with you. Linda Hamilton would disagree with you. Zoe Saldana and Sam Worthington would disagree with you. You sexually objectified all of them in your fucking movies, James. You're a lying sack of shit. You honestly think people don't read anymore? These articles? You honestly think people don't pay attention to what you say? Think about it. You gave these interviews. They're on public record. And then you go and you honestly think people are just going to take you at your word. The fact that you actually believe that is pathetic enough. But Hollywood is a very pathetic and very idiotic place right now. And I think that they need to suffer even more before they get the idea that they are not important. Hold on one second, folks. I'll be right back. Also, I want to say a very heartfelt congratulations to Mara Jade from Jade Shadow. She recently got to monetization, and I threw her an orange super chat from the orange hat. So yeah, a good big thank you to her, or congratulations to her. And I also thank her too for helping support my channel. Even views or a like, folks, is enough to support my channel. And anybody who does subscribe to my channel, I am eternally grateful to. So also, remember, if you guys get me to 500 subs before the end of this month, May 31st, I'll whip off my hat. And I'll show you one of the most embarrassing things of my life. I mean, I've had several people guess, and I've had several people try to help get me there. I need 69 more subscribers. If you guys can help do that, I will do it for you. I will embarrass myself before you all. And believe me, this is not something that you're going to guess. I mean, you might possibly guess, but I'm not going to let you know. And unless you really want to know, you're going to have to get me to 500 subs. And in other news, I've been run ragged for the last couple days. Barely able to get shit done because I've been doing other more important shit. Helping my landlady. And do not take this as complaining, folks. I help my landlady every chance I can get. Sometimes I don't like it. Sometimes I do. She wanted me to go with them for a ride to the neighboring town. I said, nope, I do not want to go to the neighboring town. I have other stuff that I am doing and I had planned. And honestly, I'm not really an outdoorsy person. But I will go outdoors if I have to. And I will do what I need to. But I'm not a person that's going to take an hour to 3 hour drive just to do nothing. Not going to happen. Ever. Unless I have somebody who I deeply care for to do it with. If I had different living circumstances, like I was with the person that I love, by all means, I would go out for a nice relaxing ride. I would do all sorts of stuff. I'd get away from the electronics. But the thing is, all of these other things that I have to do, the second I'm done doing them, I want to relax. I want to go online, check to see what's going on. I'm a hermit, basically, folks. It's my lifestyle. I don't like going outside unless I absolutely have to or want to. So for them to ask me if I want to take them someplace, no. You got a fucking driver's license. Do it yourself. And yeah, I know it sounds like an asshole to say stuff like that, but you know what? Today, I'm just not happy. And if you're just joining me, I'm going to give you a brief recap, basically. Star Wars is fucking stupid now. If you're just joining me, Star Wars, their new animation style where they made Luke Skywalker stupid lady-looking thing. How you doing? Let's talk Star Trek. Good to see you, Jesse. Yeah, nobody geek. Gotcha. How you doing, man? Not much. Just a random stream about how pissed off I am about freaking this new stupid animations that I'm seeing around Twitter. And I'm doing random tangents and whatnot. I just got done talking about the flaming hypocrite known as James Cameron. And I'll do a recap of that too. Basically, yeah, they're retconning episodes 1 or 4, 5, and 6 in Star Wars again, as if their Disney trilogy didn't retcon it enough. And now James Cameron is proven that, or saying that he has a successful freaking career where he's never objectified women. And he got so bent out of shape with Alien, where Sigourney Weaver was in her underwear or her panties or whatever the hell you want to call it. And he's saying, well, I wasn't going to do that. I could make a lady be strong without having to do that. You know, you're right. You can actually do it. And you did with Sigourney Weaver. But Jamie Lee Curtis from True Lies would beg to differ. You sexually objectified her. Frickin' Zoe Saldana and Sam Worthington, I think that's his name, Jake Sully from Avatar, they were bumping and grinding in the jungle and putting their little floggedy ponytail thingies together and bumping and grinding in the middle of the jungle at an awa tree. So, yeah, they were sexually objectified. Yeah, Kate Winslet from Titanic, Jack, draw me like one of your French girls. Seriously, what the fuck, James Cameron? You're saying you never sexually objectified a woman? You're a goddamn liar. By the way, Linda Hamilton as well, your ex-wife, the conception of John Connor scene in The Terminator, sexually objectified. Bare breasts bared. Seriously. You think people don't realize this stuff when we watch movies? You think that our eyes just glaze over so we can't see stuff? How y'all doing, guys? I know, I'm pissed off today. How you doing, Moira? Good to see you. Yes, she did. Jesse, you're absolutely freaking right, man. Jamie Lee Curtis owned that role in True Lies. Yes, she did. But it still doesn't change the fact that it was a sexual act. And Moira, yes, I know. I'm very... Well, I kind of am very annoyed because I saw the stuff that they were doing to Luke Skywalker. I'm a very passionate person, folks. When it comes to Star Wars, I am very passionate about my fanship. I've been a fan of Star Wars since I was 2 years old. I've played with the original action figures from Star Wars, the ones that have the lightsabers coming out of the arms of those who are Force-sensitive characters. I freaking watched these movies with my dad when I was a child. and with family members when I was a child. I loved these movies. I lived to see these movies. I saw them in special edition in theaters. I sadly was born in 85 after the movies have left theaters. But the thing is, when you are abusing something that I love and like and have always been a fan of since I was a young child, I'm recapping multiple things, Moira. It's a random stream. That's why it said so. So from what I can gather, James Cameron said something really dumb. Yes, he did. He basically said he never sexually objectified women in his movies, in his career. His career is successful because he never did that. And he is a goddamn liar. I actually covered it in one of my earlier videos. I do not care. I love 4 through 6 special editions. I do too, man. As much as other people like Odin and others say that the special editions are bad, well, guess what? I liked them. Even now, I can admit their flaws, but I still like them. Now, what I don't like is Disney basically taking Star Wars, and this is the equivalent thing, folks. Star Wars is basically a kid trying to hide from an abusive parent, which is Disney. And this abusive parent happens to be very drunk and very high on their power and might, that they take their belt off to beat the kid down. And that is what they have done to Disney Star Wars, in my opinion. They are abusing it like a drunken parent. Either male or female, take your pick, because both have equal potential for being abusive. I know I was abused as a child by a female. So yeah. Now, I am done eating and drinking. I will get on camera. And no, I was not drinking alcohol. So, if you guys want to actually come in and discuss this, I have time. So if you guys feel like coming in, I'll actually put the StreamYard in the chat. Copy. Oh, if you think that's bad, Moira, you just wait. You just wait. I'm going to show you a close-up of my face after I got smacked with a ladder, folks. There. If you guys want to come in, but yep. Yeah. All this. Yep. I got smacked pretty hard by a ladder. And if it wasn't for these miraculous things here called glasses, chances are I would have gotten hurt a lot more. Hey, how you doing, Moira?
Are you okay?
I'm okay. It's just annoyed.
I came here to my channel and you're like sounding just like my daughter's dad when he's annoying.
Very sorry. Didn't mean to scare anybody. How y'all doing? How you doing?
It's heavy breathing.
Somebody's breathing heavily.
So $4.99 a minute. There you go.
Much.
Let me turn the volume on.
If that was me, I'm sorry about that. If my breathing heavy
that's why I
was
was
the problem.
joking, being like I should pay $49.99 a minute for that heavy breathing.
Yeah, it's okay. But yeah.
Oh, trust me, my voice on this thing is even worse. I've been reviewing my own videos, and I'm like, I got to get a better mic.
Nobody likes their own voice. At least nobody who's not really narcissistic.
Yeah, I don't like my electronic voice either.
I hate my voice. I feel bad you guys even come to my channel and listen to it. Like, oh, you poor bastards.
So Orange Dad, if you don't... You and I could spend a few hours talking about those tattoos of yours.
You should see my gun tattoo.
Oh, you mean my face tattoos, or are you talking to Moira?
Yeah, face tattoos?
I'm talking to Moira. I can see her tattoos there, and I've got, well, you can only see a little bit here, but I've got quite a few tattoos, and I love the beauty of. I have a little bit of an appreciation for the body art of tattoos, especially on women,
I
because
love how you voice
I
the
have
word
found
fetish.
some. What was that?
I was being funny because you hesitated on a word and then said appreciation, and I was like, I like how you dodged the word fetish.
I didn't even think about that, but hey, maybe you're right. Hey, my wife and I, and I don't mean to hijack here, but my wife went with me to go get a tattoo, and she had been interested in it, and I had several tattoos, and I said, "Why don't you come with me to the tattoo artist? You can come see how it's done, and decide for yourself." Well, guess what? She got in there, saw it, got a tattoo, and actually had several. Oh, she's gotten several. I mean, she has this back piece on the back of here.
Ooh.
Morning Glories. No, it's not a tramp stamp. It's on her back shoulder. And it is Morning Glories and beautiful. And no, it's just crazy. I respect people who do good with their tattoos because I've seen so many bad tattoos, and I'm like,
I have a couple of janky ones. It's almost like a rite of passage. You have
I honestly don't know what I would get if I had a tattoo.
Huh?
You don't have any tattoos, Orange Hat?
What I would get. I have not a single tattoo, not a single piercing.
We have
my mom's wife wanted me to get my ear pierced, and I'm like, no, women get their ears pierced, men don't.
Have
but
you never
the thing is, I was a kid when I said that.
Oh, okay.
I was 13 when I said
that. I have. I have several piercings. Both my ears. I retired from the military, and the day after my retirement, I got my ears re-pierced. I got my eyebrow finally. I finally got my eyebrow done, which I had been wanting for 25 years. And I do have another piercing, and I don't hide the fact I have my nipples pierced, and I did it.
Yeah, you're like my New York governor.
Hey! In my defense, it was because of a girl.
Yeah, well, I think that's why the New York governor has his nipples pierced.
Maybe.
The New York governor is a fucking weirdo. He probably has it because he's probably a masochist and a sadomasochist. He looks like the kind of guy.
I'm actually.
Tortures them and shit. He looks like Cuomo looks like that kind of guy.
Cuomo looks like the guy, and I'm pretty sure he is the kind of guy that goes to the dungeon every now and then.
He also looks like the kind of guy that like orders an escort and then like abuses her and beats the crap out of her. Like he looks like that kind of guy.
And then he goes on CNN and
I'm sorry.
And then he goes on CNN and laughs with Fredo. Oh, did I say that out loud?
Yeah, his brother. Don't worry, dude. Thing is, they can try to say that that's a racist thing, whatever the heck they want.
It's not.
First off, I am of Italian heritage.
There you go.
I can actually trace my Italian heritage to my mother, whose name is not, despite the way people say it, is not Teresa. My mother's correct name is Teresa.
Yeah, Teresa.
And my grandmother, my grandmother, her mother, is 3/4 Italian. So we do have a lot of Italian heritage, and I got a lot of my features from my mother, especially my personality, because I definitely did not get that from my dad. And I love my father, but I
your feminine side.
Good question.
But when you sit there and say the whole thing about Fredo, I'm like, okay, Fredo. I was in high school and I was called Dago, WAP, and a few greasy other things. Fredo never came up. Nobody ever called me Fredo.
Well, thank God.
And everybody knew.
Nobody liked Fredo. I don't believe. What little I understand.
How could you like Fredo?
Huh?
How could you like Fredo?
No. I said, thank goodness you weren't called that, because nobody likes Fredo. I didn't even hardly watch the movie, and I don't like fucking Fredo.
I don't even know what movie it is. don't even know what movie it's from. I know it's from a movie. I just don't know what
The
movie.
Godfather.
The freaking
I actually
Godfather.
watched-
He's a little piece of shit that was kind of snitchy and weak.
Oh, he was a snitch.
Well,
That's
you guys are
what
gonna hate me.
I'm
anyway.
saying. I didn't hardly watch the movie, and I know who the fuck Fredo is.
Take the gun, leave the gun, grab the cannoli.
Mm.
Yay!
After you pop a
That
guy.
sounds like a delicious trade right there. I'd be like, ooh, cannoli.
Hey, you try being an Italian descendant living in Illinois. It may sound good, but
I can't imagine wanting to live in Illinois anyway.
well, I was born and raised there. Now I live in South Carolina.
No, it's perfect, sweetie.
Well, I live in South Carolina now, and
Oh, see,
unfortunately,
okay,
most of my family still lives there, including my oldest daughter, who's actually excited that she's going to finally get to go back to cutting hair at the end of the month. Because even though I guess Cook County said one thing, my home county said we're opening up at the end of the month. Screw you.
Yeah,
And I'm like, thank God.
I don't think they realize that they're going to get their butts sued, and they're not going to get, and the states aren't going to get any help from the federal government, because the federal government said, "Look, if you guys get sued, we're not coming to bat for you. We're coming to bat for the people who are suing you."
Sounds good. Because I feel like people have a right to conduct business and commerce as they see fit. If they choose to go to the store, they assume their own risk. A store has a right to open its doors if it so chooses.
Mm-hmm.
And that being said, I totally support a private organization to say, we want you to wear a mask. Well, I don't wear a mask. Well, I'm sorry, you can't come into our establishment. I support private industry.
Right for a two-way street.
Exactly, they are.
That's the.
And,
sometimes if I went to a store and they said, "Hey, you need to put your mask on," I'd be like, "Ah, shit! Now I gotta go back to my car and get it." If there's something in there I want bad enough, I'll go fucking do it. I mean, actually, I like the idea of wearing a mask, not because I have to, but because of facial recognition cameras, I feel mysterious.
Oh, well, I made a joke on Facebook. I said, does anyone remember when we had to take our masks off before we went into the store?
Right?
Yeah.
No, I like the idea of wearing a mask. I like voluntarily. I mean, if people choose to. If someone doesn't want to wear a mask, just don't cough on me or nothing. You know, normal, civilized rules. Just don't do anything jerkish. Don't be all
over. Oh, my little girl, my little girl would love your Hello Kitty pants. My little girl loves Hello Kitty.
My daughter used to love Hello Kitty. Now she loves anime crap.
Well, how old is? Well, I have almost a 20-year-old and I have a 20-year-old daughter, about to be 20, an almost 13-year-old son, and a about to be 10-year-old daughter.
Oh, my daughter's gonna be 13.
Hold on. How you doing, Rebecca? Good to see you. What's the subject of this live stream, or is this everything goes? Everything goes. Anything and everything goes. I just covered a few random thoughts earlier, like James Cameron lying about his career and Star Wars being stupid again to a point where I'm totally sick and tired of it. But now we're just shooting the shit. Also, Riot, when it comes to lip rings and nose rings, I am right there with you because I know the historical significance of lip rings and nose rings. And I would never allow any family member that I am responsible for creating in the future, like son or daughter, to get any of those kind of piercings. If they want to have a ear piercing, fine. They want to have a nose piercing, not until you're out of my house.
No, I totally get where you're going with that one. My daughter, she got her lip pierced and her nose pierced at a friend's house, and I was like, the only thing I would ask her is, I was like, please tell me you disinfected the needles. She goes, yes, Dad. We used alcohol and everything, and we used clean needles. And I was like, okay, I'm going to monitor you. Unlike my dad, who, when he found out I got my ear pierced and wanted to lose his fucking mind, I was like, okay, it's done. It's over with. I need to focus on the current situation. and which is always the way I've done with my daughter. And but you know, I'm despite the fact that you know it shocks people, I'm conservative as hell. I love art. I love body art. I love piercings. I have been a big fan of it. I love seeing tattoos on people. I love being able to look at them and see what they've decorated themselves with. You know,
If you
it's
guys
kind of
want
a
to come
mutual.
in, there
It's
you
kind
go.
of a mutual respect. I mean, no, I've got more than my fair share of tattoos, but
Well,
there is unfortunately what I call overkill. But that's a personal flavor.
thing is, I don't mind a person with tattoos. I honestly don't. But if you are like going overboard with tattoos, like you got tattoos all over your freaking body and I can't see a bit of skin, that's just too much for me, man. It's like, look, I understand you think that your body is a canvas, but your body is also a pure vessel as well. So at least show some, or at least have some skin.
Oh shit, Orchat. Oh my god. I literally you just made me remember something. I was going to the gas station on a military base to get beer. And I kid you not, I saw this guy and for a second I thought he had a beard and I thought it was discolored, like maybe he died or something. No, I got closer and turned out he tattooed a beard on his face. And I just literally was like, what the flip?
That's stupid, man.
I literally was like, okay, this guy is not in the military because there's no way in hell you'd get through the military with a face tattoo. I mean, okay, the behind the ear thing I've seen a lot of women do. Okay, that can be covered up, but you know, the whole see, I'm very limited. I do not want my tattoos to be seen if I go for a job interview.
Well, yeah, obviously.
I want to be able to walk in, wear a nice suit and everything, and not have my tattoos be seen. And unfortunately, you know, you could say, well, that's discriminating. Well, yeah, it is. But if you look at it, you can look at tattoos and really find a bit of personality about the people who have
Yeah,
them. You have people. I've seen people who have. I mean, how do you say it? Is it Morin Kitty?
Mora.
Moira.
Mora Kitty. Mora Kitty here looks like she has taken a lot of time to think about where her tattoos are, where they're placed, how she's done them. Now she may have had a few mistakes. I had one or two. I got them corrected, but
Oh, I
she
haven't
doesn't look
got
like the
corrected.
type
I
who
learned
is.
I don't know how to do tattoos.
What's that?
I said I haven't got them corrected, but I learned I did not know how to make tattoos. The really bad sugar skull. There it is. Okay, I was like, where the hell is the camera? There we go. Okay, yeah. The jawbone started coming out all right, and then everything just went to shit after that. I was like, okay, this is not my thing. I also got like
Like I
I-
said,
notes
I
coming
wouldn't
out
know
my
what
leg.
to get.
Huh?
If I ever get one, I don't know what I would get if I was to get one.
Well, you better think
Well,
on it.
well, Mora Kitty. What age did you get your first tattoo?
About 18, and it was a really bad Irish flag that we tried to
I ain't
cover
no
up,
dummy.
and it looked like a little Band-Aid.
That was my first right there.
Nice.
I got it at 18.
It
And
looked better than
thankfully-
mine did. Mine looked like a Band-Aid.
Oh, I had
Cool.
that actual. Yeah, I had that picture of that tattoo. I actually clipped some tattoo pictures out of a tattoo magazine, and I actually held this for 2 years until I finally was able to get it. And yeah, thankfully, my tattoos have been fortunate. Most of mine, all of mine, have held up well. This one, damn, I got to get a better camera angle. This one has had a lot of work. It's been worked on 3 times. It was originally a dragon. I know it's hard to see. Sorry. I'm trying to do my keyboard. But anyway, it was originally a dragon, and then nobody could tell what the hell it was, so I got the eyes and nose colored in. And then still people couldn't figure out what it was. So
I hate that.
I went to a tattoo artist and I said, I need you to fix this after I had gotten and I was very certain they would do good because of what is on my legs right now. And I'd show you, but it's kind of hard. I'll tell you what, hit me up on Twitter. I'll send you tattoo pics like crazy.
Good to know.
But
yeah.
The way he said it, sorry.
No, it was what I said. I said, good to know.
The way he said it, he's like, good to know.
Welcome to the channel. I don't think I've seen you in here before.
Who is it?
The 13th hour.
Sounds interesting as shit.
I know, right?
Wow.
Oh, yeah. If you guys are just joining in, it's a random stream. We're just shooting the shit right now. Earlier, I was basically going off on Disney like I was extremely upset, and I am very sorry if I made anybody uncomfortable. But it's just that I am very passionate about Star Wars, and if you abuse something like Star Wars, I get very angry. And
don't apologize for your passion.
Yeah.
You know what? If it pisses people off, maybe that's a good thing.
Oh, Fallon! Hey, girl.
Didn't that movie come out
last year? If you want to come on in, the link or scroll up, you can actually come on. We're just shooting the shit right now. We're just talking. But yeah. Also, my landlady wanted me to drive her over to the next town over, Saranac Lake. I live in Tupper Lake. And it's like, I don't want to go to Saranac Lake, really. I already had a plan to get on here and talk some stuff. All right, take it easy, Ray Kitty. Good to have you on my channel. Always a pleasure to have you either in the chat or on here.
See, if my landlord, if I had a landlord who wanted me to drive them, so I'd be like, "Do I get a discount? On my rent?
Well, the thing is, I drove her around earlier today, and I don't mind doing stuff for my landlady. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I only have half rent is because I also help her out with a lot of stuff. But It's like I'm a private person. I don't like going out unless I absolutely want to or need to, and I really just, if I want to go out, I'll go out, but I don't want to go to Saranac Lake right now because I'm kind of falling out with my brother, and I don't want to risk the chance of running into him. Not that anybody would be out and about anywhere, but you never know.
We're actually out and about all over South Carolina right now. We've opened up just enough. They pulled that little top off, and we're out and about. I was out skating with my kids yesterday. It was just nice, and we were so damn tired afterwards. I was also on the Ambassadors Back to the Future, and oh hey,
Rosetta.
My wife knows Back to the Future real well because it's like our series. We can watch that trilogy all day long. And it was like, I asked the ambassador, I said, hey, can my wife get in on this, especially with the third episode? So, she got on, she put her 2 cents, and we reviewed it. She goes, I was so nervous. I said, honey, if you were nervous, your voice did not show it.
She's cute
too. What's that?
She's cute too. I wrote that in the chat last night. I just don't think she saw it.
Oh, okay.
So,
well,
Rosetta?
Yeah, my wife. Yeah. And then, my wife has decided she wants to do a YouTube channel herself, and so I said, my wife's a sewer, a crocheter, a seam, those kind of things. And that's what she wanted to do her channel about. And I said, okay. And I have been 100% supportive of the idea after I launched my own panel. And, I'm happy that she's really taken an interest in this. But we've maintained a point for us. This is just our hobby. This is just fun.
Yeah,
The moment I take this shit seriously, I need to get off this damn platform.
exactly.
But yeah, it was great. And Mora Kitty, you were in the you got to hear my wife's stuff. That's awesome.
Yeah, I was
Now,
there last night, and yes, I agree. I think the third is the best one. I like the time travel concept. Well, I mean, the whole thing is time travel, but I like going like to the Wild West and shit. That's like awesome. So I agree with her on that. That the third is the better one, which is weird because usually when they make a third film, it's not better. Usually, it's not.
I
it was an interesting take. I'll give it that one.
This is the exception. Okay, Back to the Future 3 is the exception to the rule. It really is, in my opinion, the best. And my wife and I will watch all three of them, and just something about Back to the Future 3 just really resonates with us. And, you know, I'm fortunate. I'm in an amazing marriage where I have a woman, my wife, who we are open communication. We can talk to each other, and we can, you know, talk back and forth without fear of any issues. We don't always agree, but we damn sure
You don't
don't
have to
fight.
always agree. You can just be at least be civil about it, right?
Yeah.
Well,
I want
yeah,
on this thing first with Rosetta for 1 second. If I would have known that Odin was still streaming, I would have gone into the thing, Rosetta. Or by the time I got home, I thought he would have been done by then. But yeah.
Is there a rule that you're not allowed to like stream when Odin streams or something?
No, that's just a playful thing. He doesn't like it.
I was like,
He doesn't like when other channels are streaming when he's streaming. But it's like, I'm a small fry, damn it. I got less than 500 subs. I'm pretty sure they don't care about me.
Hey, man, you got
your channel, then that's their choice to come to the channel.
Exactly.
Hey, you know what? I've got 180 subscribers. I've seen my channel. We've had a couple hundreds. We've gotten not a couple hundred. That's way out of it. We've gotten a little over 100 on our first two videos, and then we're at the 40s and 50s on the second two. So, you know, I asked my wife, I said, can you listen in on a live stream one time and give some comments? And she did. And, you know, that's the great thing about the communication we have is we provide feedback for each of us, whether it's constructive criticism, positive feedback, or even negative feedback. We're trying to give the person the strength. So, for example, my wife's 2-minute stream I posted on Twitter was from her YouTube page, and she put background music in it. And I told her, I said, you know, I'd recommend doing one of two things. I said, either turn the background music down a little bit or talk a little bit louder, because I said at certain points it was a little hard to understand you through the background. And then I said, hey, when she showed me YouTube Studios and said, hey, here's all the free music I can use, I said, I would recommend, if you want to do that, find something, do your video first, find the timeline, and then find the music to go through the entire timeline. Because the video I posted, I think her music stopped 30 seconds before it ended. So, you know, constructive criticism, and, you know, hey, here's what I think will make your channel a little bit better for you.
Right. Yeah, but, like, you gotta be like careful, because it's not just like copyright free. You gotta look for copyright free, royalty free music.
Mm-hmm.
We just lost.
Wait a minute. Did we just lose our host?
He'll be back, probably.
I know he'll be back. What are you smoking?
Close.
Don't mind me asking. I knew it. I knew that was clove. I recognized it.
Not that I wouldn't. Weed gives me anxiety, so I can't. I'm not above it. I would totally smoke weed on a stream. Like, I totally would if it was my thing.
Oh, I'm retired from the military, and I smoke weed I smoke weed on my live streams all the time. Nice thing is, it all looks like little vape stuff. So nobody. Yeah, I mean, if you want a second, I'll show you. Actually, I could go. Actually, I could go for a little weed right now, so I'll be right back.
Go for it. Hello, everybody. I didn't know it was going to turn out quite like that. I just realized. Oh, here we go.
Okay, I can see you guys now.
Meow.
Meow, meow, meow.
Meow, 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 meow.
Anywho, where'd my Klingon go?
He went. He's about to Snoop Dogg here in a second, so he went to go get his gear.
Oh.
Smoke weed every day.
Right. Right. So, yeah, I got 69 more to go until, that's what she said, till I get to 500. So if you guys want to help out and see something truly embarrassing to me, like me whipping off this hat, not going to go any higher than that. But if you get me to 500, I will bring it up and off, and I will tell you the most embarrassing story of why I wear this hat. So yeah, 500.
You need to give the audience something more. He'd be like, I want to take my hat off and my shirt off. You know, make girls be like, woo.
Are you kidding? That would scare everybody away.
Hey, real men have curves.
I got a keg without drinking beer.
My love handle, my muffin tops are like pound cakes.
I bet they're sweet too.
Oh my. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I will flirt.
When cougars, when they go after you, what is the older woman like? What's it called when you go after the older woman? I don't know.
Or an older, or what's it called when an older guy goes after
No, what's it called when a younger guy goes after an older woman? The woman going after the guy is a cougar, but like it's reversed. Like I'm not cougering.
I have no idea. Desperate.
Damn. Thanks.
Joking.
Not funny.
I don't know, but hold on.
Oh,
what is that?
I stepped in that one so bad. I don't know how to react.
Now, if smoking was allowed in this frickin' house, I'd be toking this sucker up in a heartbeat.
Well, I'm very fortunate. Nobody can smell what I'm smoking because I'm vaping.
Oh, nice. So, yeah. This is a J.R.R. Tolkien pipe.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Yep.
Hey, Orangehead, I'll have to send you some pictures of my, if you haven't seen them, some pictures of my Star Trek Eagle Moss collection. I've really put a nice collection together. My wife said I had to find a hobby, so I started collecting Star Trek ships and started a YouTube page. So, see, I'm a smart man. I listen to my wife.
Happy wife, happy life. Well,
damn right. Well, they say, if the wife ain't happy, you ain't happy, and if the wife ain't happy long enough, you're going to be unhappy with half your shit. And I've already been divorced, and I've already been divorced once. I'm not going for a second.
Sorry to interrupt, but a bee had managed to get into the behind the screen on my window over here, and I have my fan, and well, it just got diced. Oh, and it sounded weird.
You had a bee commit a kamikaze?
Yeah, tried to. I mean, it's pollen for a flower right now, man. I mean, it's like gone. Holy, so that's what happens. Yeah. Oh.
Well, my goodness.
So does anybody else want to come into the thing? Just scroll up. There's 2 links to get in here. So if you guys want to come in. Black Samurai 76, that's my job. Love, sorry, but I took that spot. Oh, to torment me? Believe me, I let anybody torment me. If you can actually torment me, kind of like Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey, I'll respect you more.
Takes a lot to piss people like us off.
Oh, trust me, the only way that you're going to piss me off, you got to get deeply personal with me, and that's not easy to do.
I agree.
You got to be able to say shit that nobody else knows, that I don't want people to know.
Well, you know, I made a comment talking to my wife, and I'm sure you've seen on my posts and stuff. I'm very political, and you know, I told my wife, I said, you know, I would actually consider the idea of running for office, but what stops me is just the simple fact of everything I have seen. I'm like, you know, I have things in my past I've moved on from and my family's moved on from, and I'm like, I don't want this shit brought back up. It to me, it's not worth it. I mean,
Yes,
it doesn't matter how minor or major it is. It's like what I did when I was a 20-year-old. Now I'm a 40-year-old, and I'm just like, I don't want to. You know, I do enough reflection on my own about that past. I don't need it being dragged back up in my life. So that's why I say I'm never running for politics, because I'm like, I don't need somebody digging around and finding bullshit, whether it's true or not, and then having to relive it.
I might run for politics just so they can help me piece together my early 20s, because there's a lot I don't remember. Yeah.
I'll trade you. Oh my God, Kitty, I would trade you. If I could forget the first half of my 20s, and that was my time in the Marine Corps and part of my time in the Air Force. No. I was married. I was with a person from the time I was 15 till I was 25.
Wow.
And let's just say, and I got married at 19. We had a child, and that is about the only good thing that ever happened. The second good thing was I got custody of her.
Nice.
But, you know, there are, you know, you're saying you want a piece. Oh, trust me, there is shit I just like, you know what? I've made peace with it. My daughter, my wife now, and my children, we've all made peace with that stuff. I don't need to try the idea of running for politics and somebody wanting to bring that shit up to make a political point. I'm like, no, I've moved on. We've all moved on. Why? I don't need that scar.
I actually, if I could afford it, I would want to run for governor of Oklahoma. I'd be like my best campaign slogan would probably be, I really couldn't do worse than everybody else has done. Really. Like, there's no way.
Yeah,
politicians, look at the politicians we have. And I'm not even saying like red or blue, but like in general, you know, sex scandals, aiding the enemy, this, that, the other. There's no way I could literally do worse than what we've had done in the last like 30, 40 years. I really couldn't. Not if I tried.
True. I'm from Illinois.
I really couldn't do worse. I really couldn't.
I think I'm from Illinois. We are the third most corrupt state next to New York, California. I don't know which one gets number one half the damn time.
New York. I got to answer Fallon here. I covered it earlier in this video, and let's just say,
what do y'all think about the
I was swearing up a storm.
What's the female version of Luke?
Luke looks like a woman.
Well, did you
Mark
see
Hamill does not look like a woman.
All right, in fairness, in like the first Star Wars movie, his hair looked like the girl from the first Friday the 13th movie that lived.
It was mullet.
It's not quite a mullet. It's not long enough in back, but it's definitely a very what's the word I'm looking for? It is
Feminine?
Androgynous. It's an androgynous kind of hairstyle for that time.
Oh,
like
yeah.
A child girl could have rocked it. Or not rocked it, but worn it. So, but yeah, that's kind of weird making Luke a chick. There's already enough chicks in fucking Star Wars.
Well, what they did, they didn't make him an actual chick. They gave him poofy lips and ugh.
It
And let's
was
just say-
1977.
Let's just say that I do not like what Disney has been. That's why I describe Disney as an abusive parent in Star Wars.
Okay.
Because what they have done is unforgivable. They beat Disney, or they beat Star Wars to a pulp with a belt all the time. And it has resulted in a very disturbing and disgusting thing.
I'm not exactly sure where you're going with this. And I only mean that because, like I said, I wasn't really on anything
I'm not
today.
talking about the movie. I'm
Yeah.
talking about their reading mediums.
Oh,
Their
okay.
High Republic stuff. Where they're
Oh,
where they want
gotcha.
transgenders and they want all sorts of shit in the thing. Now, do not get me wrong, folks. I am not anti-LGBTQ. I have family who are in the community, and I love them very much. And I always support their personal lives, their personal decisions. I support them, and I support their right to be happy. But when it comes to Star Wars, all of this LGBTQ stuff, it's an earthly concept.
Somebody had to say it. Somebody had to say it.
Star Wars is in another galaxy far, far away where humans and aliens and all sorts of stuff exist. They didn't focus on sex in Star Wars. Yes, there was that scene where frickin' Leia starts making out with Luke just to piss Han off. That was it.
That's some crazy.
I mean, there was supposed to be a little bit more in Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, thankfully
Pretty
they
much
cut
that was
that
the
out.
only. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, the whole point was, yes, yes, when you realize they're brother and sister, it's kind of disgusting, but they didn't know it at the time.
But I don't understand that by the time it ended the film, they could have like known what they were doing and like edited that part out. Like I don't.
Oh, I agree. They could have.
They could have.
Oh yeah, they could. They could edit it out. I don't disagree. In fact, I'm
Like,
not.
let's do the story up a
I'm
little,
not
let's
opposed.
edit that part out so we don't get all cringy.
I actually am okay with that kind of an editing. I've been fine with that because I said if we could get that little bit, that scene out, or rearrange it, or do something with it, make it
Just
not
give it
so
the
it's
kiss
like.
part. I mean, you could still leave her with the part saying you don't know anything about women, and that'd be that. Like they could have
Exactly.
that. Just the.
And
that's
actually, I actually think if somebody did a fan ed and said, I guess you don't really know anything about women, and then Luke putting his hands behind his head and Chewbacca laughing, I don't think if you had never seen that split second that you would have missed anything.
Right, exactly. It would not have taken anything away from the whole storyline because that was only like a little side part of the storyline. It wasn't even the main storyline. It was a little offshoot for a second. So
it was just her being. It was just Leia being Leia, showing, her strong personality.
I'm watching that whole scene in my head, and believe it or not, I have perfect recall of the Star Wars movies. If you were to try to cut that, no matter how much you tried in different ways, you would not have, or people would know that there was something that was just skipped.
Yeah, but what would they get? Okay, let's watch action movies now, and all the stupid cut scenes they pop out. Do you think anybody would really notice? I mean,
if we have CGI, there would be something just for a split second we could. Like,
have you guys seen that? Sorry, but have you guys seen that fan fic that they did? They redid the Darth Vader Obi-Wan scene from Episode 4, and they showed how it could be incorporated.
SC1 or SCF or FC something 38 or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Kitty, did you see that?
I missed it. I saw the fan film of Obi-Wan.
I haven't seen that one.
Huh?
Yeah, but it was. I mean, for a fanfic, what they were able to accomplish, I was like, this is what I would have liked to be seen in episode 4. I mean, they could really redo it. You got to remember. Oh shoot! Why can't I remember Count Dracula's name?
Which one?
Vlad Tepes.
No. The guy who played Dooku. I'm gonna kick myself.
Oh yeah, Christopher.
Oh
Lee.
my god! See,
When you said Dracula, like 20 fucking people have played Dracula. You had to narrow it down for me.
Okay, Bela Lugosi or Christopher Lee.
Well,
Everybody else is everybody else is a poser. What? Wait. I shouldn't say that. Wait, I should say that. Okay, Gary Oldman. As soon as I said the poser thing, I was like, okay, she's talking about Gary Oldman. I was like,
and
I retract it.
Max Shrek did it in the silent film.
Okay, I retract that statement.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because also Luke Evans in Dracula Untold was good, pretty good too, as Vlad Tepes.
Okay, but what I meant was, Chris,
we understand what you
mean. Was oh, that's beautiful.
I was like, I got to get my fandom.
I could throw you my Three Stooges collection.
I'm not a Stooges fan, but that would still be cool as shit to see on a lunchbox. I'm not gonna lie.
Actually, I love them, but my heart is always going to be with Abbott and Costello.
Oh my God, yes, so much. Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein and everything. Yes, so much.
No, you know what my favorite one was? Literally the Jack and the Beanstalk. I missed
that one.
You haven't seen that? Oh, it is. I loved it. I really did.
I was the one there in the jungle. I fell asleep during that one, so I didn't get all of that.
I tried to watch that not too long ago, and unfortunately, even I said, this ain't their best work. So, I'll give them. But I mean, the way they were, sorry, the way they were able to do comedy without actually making. I mean, what was it? 13 into 27, and they managed to. I mean, their intellect for their humor was just unbelievable. Who's on first?
Oh my God!
I can remember this. I was back in the.
My brain hurt.
Oh, that's where I was going with that. My cousin Ian, he said, "Hey, I got a comedy for us to watch." I said, "Okay, what is it?" He said, "It's an Abbott and Costello." I said, "Have I seen them?" He goes, No. I was like, "Are they like the Three Stooges?" He goes, No. It's different. I said, "Okay," but I was 7, 8, 9 or something like that. Anyway, the point is, he popped it in, and it was the naughty 90s. So it was the whole start of it was who's on first, and I laughed so hard. It is the first time I ever remember laughing so hard that the back of my head started hurting. And by the time it was done, he had to pause it. I think I spent another 2 or 3 minutes laughing my ass off and then saying, "Can we watch it again?" And he's like, "No." He's like, it was just, one of those amazing moments in comedy.
Oh, yeah. Rodney Dangerfield, Abbott Costello, George Carlin. Man, latent greats and so freaking awesome.
Oh, what was his
Rodney
name?
I have that.
Rodney Dangerfield was great. George Carlin.
Oh, George Carlin, yeah.
I love George Carlin. You know what I loved about those old comedians like him, Richard Pryor?
They could say
they never held anything back. They were like, I fucking am going to just say the truth about everything. Richard Pryor, George Carlin.
One of my favorite George Carlin moments is like, you ever hear or you ever deal with planes? It's like, where people tell you, get on the plane. I'm like, fuck you, I'm going to get in the plane.
Let evil get on the plane. I'll stay here with you uniform people to see me less wind in here.
Yep.
You know what I loved? Dennis Leary.
Oh
one of
my
my
God.
favorites. One of my favorites.
I
So
love
let
his
me ask-
demolition man. That sounds like this kind of shit I would say. If I wanted to be
Yeah,
walking around down the street naked, wearing green jello and looking at Playboy, just because I might just so have the urge to do so, it's my right as an American to eat like rare steak and this and that and high cholesterol. I'm like,
Yeah.
I so love this man. Oh my God.
I love Dennis Leary in that because it was like, yeah, you see to him, you see the Cocteau, I'm the enemy. I like free speech. I like free choice. I like the idea, do I want to eat the double ribeye or the juicy? I want high cholesterol. I want to smoke a Cuban cigar, walking down the street, reading a Playboy magazine, covered in green gel. Why? Just because I might feel the need to. And I said a little something similar when I said, you know what? I was talking to somebody overseas, and I said, hell, I take a gun into Walmart just to buy a pack of cigarettes. Why? Because I fucking can.
Damn.
Yep.
That
But yeah, Dennis Leary, one of my favorites.
so someone's
I was in the Air Force, and this guy I met in the Air Force, he was a big comedy guy. He loved comedy and stuff. So he had the DVDs of Dennis Leary, and he put it in. And we got to a point, and I love it. And he goes, "So let me ask you something. Can you get a cup of flavored coffee anymore in this country? Huh? I mean, you can cappuccino, mochaccino, frappuccino, apple what the fuck?" And it was just so funny. He's like, I try to go into Starbucks, and everybody's writing poetry, walking around with berets. He's like, can I get a cup of coffee? Well, what flavor? Coffee! Flavored coffee! I'll shove that thing right up your ass. Yes, Dennis Leary walked into a Starbucks and killed 23 people without any explanation whatsoever. Yes, he just came in yelling, saying flavored coffee, whatever the hell that is. And then he called me a haiku writing motherfucker. I'm glad he's dead.
Motherfucker. I love it.
Oh, no. It gets better. He goes to this. He goes, beer. You can't even get a regular thing of beer anymore. I go into a place and it's like, yeah, let's get a couple of Budweisers. We can't do that. What? Yeah, we can't do that. This is not a bar. Oh,
we sell craft
what
beer.
is it? This is a microbrewer. Oh, really, asshole? Then how about you go in the back and microbrew me up a batch of Budweiser? Because this is America and I am very thirsty. Pull up your pants.
You guys ever hear his thing on the freaking blueberry muffin?
No, but when he said pull up your pants, I was picturing those people sagging their pants that wear skinny jeans as well, and it's like,
doesn't that defeat the purpose?
That's so off-putting. I'm like, all I could visualize was skinny jeans.
I pantsed a person in the city who had their pants around their ass.
Oh, no. You want to hear
in the middle of Syracuse, New York, I pantsed a motherfucker because they were 17 years old, walking down the street, ass hanging out with the freaking stuff, and I just stepped on their damn pants and had them face plant on the damn concrete.
Oh,
and they're like, what the fuck are you going to do? I'm going to call the cops. I'm like, there's one right over there. Do it. I fucking dare you. Because I swear to God, if you go to the goddamn police, I will tell them flat out, you were walking down indecent exposure. You will be the one being arrested.
Your underwear is technically not indecent exposure, especially with boxers.
Their ass was hanging out.
Like little.
Or the underwear was halfway down their ass.
Oh,
so
I had an interesting. Oh my God, I thought this was so fucking hilarious and stupid on Twitter. Mark Hamill, I guess, or somebody, I don't remember who. No, it was William Shatner. He took a picture. He did a picture of a woman's ass in Levi's jeans, promoting, Levi's 1859, whatever. And I said, well, okay, even Captain Kirk likes a good ass on a woman. And I was making the comment because Brie Larson and certain other people have no ass, and there is a serious problem. And then somebody actually said to me, they go, "How do you know that's a woman?" And somebody's like, "Oh, God." I was like, if you don't know the fucking difference between man's cut jeans and women's cut jeans, I can't help you. And then the idiot was like, that didn't answer my question. I said, yeah, it did.
True. A man could not fit in woman cut jeans.
I could buy it.
That's not necessarily true.
Nah. I'm sorry.
I've worn men's clothes before.
It would take effort.
Yeah, no. You're missing there. You could wear men's clothes. There are very few men who could put on a pair of women's jeans. Trust me, tried it once.
Lord mercy, but I have seen it though. I have seen it. I mean, what are
you may have seen it, but it's very rare.
If you've seen like thin guys or medium build or whatever guys wearing skinny jeans, they can wear girls' pants. They pretty much are wearing girls' pants. I mean, how wrong am I? Come on.
I'm actually I see
wrong.
value. I mean I see value in what you're saying, and you're coming from a different perspective. So I can't. We'll have to do more research.
All right, I'll go to a coffee shop.
You guys want to know? But yeah, going back to Dennis Leary for a moment.
Okay, yeah.
The blueberry muffin was basically about. The blueberry muffin was basically about somebody saw the Virgin Mary in a blueberry muffin. And they're like, "Oh my God, I can see the Virgin muffin." And he's like, "No, you can't. You fucking moron. It's not the Virgin Mary. It's a blueberry muffin." That's the thing. He wouldn't have cared, Moira. And yes, blasphemy. I know. Cross, folks. I am religious. But guess what?
In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit.
Yeah. Oh my God, man.
Hey, I was.
That's like saying that you can see Jesus on the freaking ass of a dog.
Hey,
some people actually did turn into a meme.
Hey, I was 22 years old when I got baptized. I'm the only person in my house who's baptized because I feel it is a personal choice. Exactly. I am not going to force it on. Exactly, it is. So
I haven't had communion. I've been baptized since I was like 1, 2.
That doesn't really count.
I've not had first communion, and I've not gone to confessions. And believe me, if I gone to confessions, I would be in there the whole day.
Oh, I go to confession every day. No. I go to confession every day. I say it to God himself. I don't need a middleman.
There you go.
That's how I am too on that.
I mean, when I'm on my deathbed, I'll ask for a priest.
Oh yeah, I mean, I would like to have a priest too myself, but I'm not saying I'm with God. Well, I'll give you an example of how we
establish rapport. If you're going to do it.
Well, you got different ways, and I've come.
I mean, I do pray. Don't get me wrong. I pray as often as I can, or often as I want. But yeah.
Orange Head, I don't think you and Miss Kitty. I don't think you guys know this about me. I homeschool my kids, and one thing we do is we do have a Bible time. And we finally we struggled so hard with trying to figure out how we were going to teach Christianity to our kids. And my wife had this daily devotion book. And what's great about this daily devotion book is it takes a real world situation, very basic, and translates it into religion and to a specific text in the Bible. And it's a nice way for our kids to understand it. And that was one of the biggest things is I was like, I don't know how to explain this because even I don't fully understand it. It's not like when I teach history to my kids where I can extrapolate, facts. I have to go with theory, thought, mythology, belief, and faith. So I'm like, how do I explain that to my kids? When you really break down religion, it can be an overwhelming concept to teach because the reason we don't go to church is We had a few churches we went to, and we didn't like them. We didn't agree with them. They were
I don't
more.
like churches either.
Well, it was more.
I don't go
This
to
is the truth. Well, it was. This is the truth. This is how it is. And the last time I went to church was with the pastor. And don't get me wrong, the reverend was a good guy, but he said, "Do you believe that this Bible is the infallible word of God?" And I was like,
Not
"No,
necessarily.
I can't say that because
It's been censored and chopped up. I'm gonna have to say kind of no a bit.
and that's where I ran into."
It's got good stories and it's got some lessons you can learn from it, but unless God Himself actually had His glittery, shiny hand come down and start scribbling, like I'm gonna have to kind of know on that. We want the infallible word of God. We're probably gonna have to storm the Vatican and raid the basement.
Yeah, the problem is the translators would need translators and need translators probably.
Oh,
But
that's
no,
like a
you
real
bring up
translation.
you bring up an interesting thing because the reason why I lost interest was when I was in California. I lived in California, and I was stationed there, and I was there for 7 years. And my
Uh-oh.
wife and I,
Don't
my
cut
wife
out.
now, we
Was it
went
me?
to this church. What's that?
I cut out. My internet's be fine.
Oh, you're not talking to me. Never mind. And
My internet cut out apparently.
we found this church, and we had this pastor, and he would take just a small bit of scripture, and he would really break it down in historical context, and he would say, okay, here's the theories on this. Here are the people that are smarter than me. Here's my thought. And then he would end it with, who's right? I don't know. We move on. I mean, this guy really took gospel like he was educating you. Like, I'm going to tell you what other people think. I'm going to tell you what I think. And I'm going to tell you to think for yourself. And he was just the greatest pastor I ever heard. And I've never been able to go back to another church since then because I want that. I want that open dialogue. I want that open. I don't want. Look, I'm closed minded about a few things, a very few things, but just because I'm closed minded doesn't mean I won't hear your point of view.
Sorry, I just got attacked by an ant.
Mm.
Oh, sorry, I turned into a girl for a second, but you feel something crawling up your
Thing
leg.
is, I believe in God. Sorry, I understand you got attacked by an ant.
Yeah, I felt it crawl up my leg. Oh my
But
God,
yeah,
oh my
I
God.
believe in God. I pray and all that. But when it comes to the Bible and certain things, I'm sorry, I will say this flat out. And do not take this the wrong way as me insulting your belief system or anything. But I have some serious issues with Old Testament and some of the New Testament. I mean, one of the things is all of the parallels to ancient religions such as Greek and Roman. So, yeah, you guys are also, there is still not a definitive verse in the Bible, not one, that states that the number of the beast and the devil are the same person. Often you hear Lucifer or Satan, or then you hear the number of the beast. They've never said that Lucifer is that beast. So the question is, what is this beast? And it has to be, and I'm guessing it's most likely worse than Lucifer. I've actually thought of a movie to make based on that whole concept.
Ooh, that could be good.
Yeah, actually, I made a point of saying, and this is one of the reasons I lost interest in going to church because I brought up, I said, is Satan, Lucifer, and the serpent all the same person? You're saying that. They go, yeah. I said, I said, why are they the same person? That makes no sense. They go, well, what do you mean? I said, well, Lucifer was an angel that we're saying was cast in hell and changed his name to Satan, which I guess maybe would make sense, but not quite. And the serpent, why are you saying that Lucifer was cast out before man? Because that doesn't make sense, because at the moment there was only one or two beings in the Adam and Eve analogy. So I said, I don't think the serpent, Satan, and Lucifer are the same person. And I'm not necessarily certain the beast is the same person. You, oh my God, you would have thought I just dropped a bomb. And all I was doing was saying, hey, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I'm thinking this because this is where my brain is going. And it was like you're in the headlight shit. And I'm like, okay, I can't deal with people who can't have a different opinion. I was like, you've got to be. I actually talked to a guy about the Da Vinci Code once, and I said, well, I don't think it's impossible that Jesus may have been. And oh boy, he did not let me finish. He's like, no, that is impossible. I'm like, all right, man. I'm like, okay.
Thing is, here's the thing, dude. When it comes to the Da Vinci Code, I am more of a Da Vinci Code kind of person. It's like he could still have been an average person capable of those miracles. There's nothing saying he can't. He could have been extremely powerful in his faith to God. But the fact of the matter remains, biological facts dictate he had to have been born from a sperm cell. Now, we may never know who the actual father of Christ is, but the thing is, he may be the son of God, like God has chosen him to be his voice, so to speak. But I do not think that he is actually
I would disagree with his voice, because his voice was actually God. Who baptized Jesus? He got beheaded.
But
he got beheaded. Oh damn! Why am I forgetting his name? He was the prophet. But I mean, look, I mean, we can all have our disagreements about religion, but we've got to be able to at least sit down and say, hey, you know when you're going to find out whether you're right or wrong, you're going to be dead. There's no way around it. Mm-hmm. So,
when you take the final judgment.
So, do I believe that do I believe in heaven and hell? Yeah, I do. Do I believe in God and Christ? Yes. Do I follow the Bible? I try, but I never make any. I make no bones about it. I am a tattooed, pierced up, bearded guy. I watch porn. I listen to heavy metal. I will headbang like a motherfucker. And I've actually gotten into arguments. I was actually at a rock fest in Jacksonville, Florida. And you had this guy out there, and there's always these religious freaks and I'm sorry to say, but they are. They come out and they're like, this is promoting Satan. And finally, one time I got in the guy's face. I was pretty high at the time.
Right.
And I was like, dude, I was like, man, what is your problem with this music? Well, this music promotes the beast. I'm like, why do you think that? I was like, quote me scripture where it says music is evil. And he's like, I think he kind of, mishmashed a few things. I don't remember exactly how he said it, but he tried to and I'm like, why are you out here protesting this? This is just music. This is gathering. This is people having fun. I mean, isn't this what Christ would want? He goes, worshiping false idols. I'm like, they're not idols. They're just musicians. We don't worship them. We just wanted to come see their music and listen and, feel relief. And I'm like, I don't understand why I'm like, Leonard frickin' Skinner was out there one time. I'm like, how the hell do you find no Christianity in them, for crying out loud. And it was just, I had been like, you know what? This is why I can't handle, I don't want to take my kids to church. I mean, shoot, I homeschool my kids, so I'll be damned if they're going to learn belief from anybody else. They're going to have an opportunity to form their own opinions.
Here's-
Like whenever I hear people talk about the LGBT community, and I'm a conservative, so I get automatically targeted as I'm anti that. Yeah, that's kind of hard considering my daughter is bi and I fucking love her for everything she's worth. And even before I found out she was bi, I got called racist, and I'm like, wow. My daughter only dated. This is the joke I said to my daughter when she actually introduced me to her boyfriend in Illinois. And I saw his face and talked to him. And she goes, "What do you think?" I said, "I'm shocked." She goes, "Why?" I said, "He's not a black man and he's not a white woman." And then my daughter's response was, "Fuck, Dad, you know me so well." We just had a good laugh.
Damn. I don't even know.
I mean, it was just a fact of who she was. So, it was funny to me. And she got it and understood it. Of course she did, because she knows me. She knows I never cared.
and hi. But
Sorry,
yeah,
I got paranoid. I found another ant on my bed and I killed it, and now I had to check the entire fucking bed.
you need ant craps.
It's weird. It only happens once every 2-3 years. It's not an every summer thing. It's weird.
Ant craps.
For some reason, they are frisky this year. This is the
Well, you're a hot woman. They like you.
Is it a dry heat right now?
No, it's kind of humid out there. In fact,
that will definitely help with it.
They don't hit. That better not be another one. I swear to God, I'll lose my fucking shit.
But back to the religion thing for a moment. One of the things that, because I actually, while I was in jail back in 2017, I got a Bible. I read it. And I'm like, everybody seems to forget in the Old Testament, God's motive for flooding the earth, or his thoughts after he flooded the earth. He said, I will never, and I'm paraphrasing,
I will never do the exact level of killing again.
I will never do this again, even though humans are evil at birth.
Which is totally weird, because they say children are born innocent. So saying humans are evil. Yeah, I understand that when you become self-aware, you might get yourself into some dumb shit, sure. But it's kind of crazy. No offense to the Catholics or whoever, but anyone who thinks that their child hasn't been dedicated or whatever is going to go to hell if they die, that's ridiculous. The child still doesn't know what's going on one way or the other. Now you might, I don't know, you might be in trouble. I don't know the rules on that. You might get in trouble for not dedicating your kid. I don't know, but sorry, kid. Your dad didn't take you to go get some water on your forehead, and now you kind of fucked. I'm really sorry. I'm sorry you got dealt a bad hand.
Well, hey,
no, that's not even fucking reasonable.
Well, Kitty, as I told, I think you were out of it, out of you. Yeah, I want to make sure I get my words right, because I am a little out of it. I told him, I said, I chose to be baptized in the Catholic Church when I was about 21, 22, I think it was. But none of my children, nor my wife, have been baptized, because I said this is a personal choice.
Exactly.
Now, do I believe my children will go to hell? Now, do I believe they'll all go to hell for that? No, no more than I believe my my sister-in-law and her husband, who are Jews, are going to go to hell.
Hell. They're supposed to be God's chosen people, and Jesus was a Jewish carpenter. So who in the world thinks Jews are going to go to hell just because they're Jewish? You might go to hell because you're an asshole or something, but you're not going to go because that'd be weird.
I figured it. I figure if I get stuck in hell, I figure if I get stuck in hell, it'd be. I live in a world run by Democrats.
Thing is, dude, if I was sent down to hell as a kid, I would have owned that joint. The devil kicked me out when I was 5 years old, saying, "I'm giving you another lease on life. Don't come back here again." I often made a joke that I died when I was 5, went down to hell, trashed Satan's mansion, and he gave me a new life and said, "Don't ever come back." I'm like, "Oh, I'll be back when it's time for me to claim that mansion of yours because I like it."
Oh my God, you do sound a little bit like my daughter's dad. This is actually a little disturbing.
I'm sorry, but I joke a lot.
I don't joke about that.
Hey. Oh, I joke. Oh, you see, this is why this is a platform for someone like me. You see, I'm your rarity. I'm your extroverted. I'm the guy who kept everything held in, all my beliefs, all my life, because my parents and family said, don't talk about that. You know what? Fuck that. After I finally nearly fucked my life up multiple times, and I make no bones about this, I am one of the luckiest sons of bitches on God's green earth in America that I actually am where I am right now, 40 years old, because trust me, there is so many moments where one person could have put my ass in either A, the ground, B, jail, hospital, you name it. But I could have ended up homeless, everything under the sun. So I say, like I said, I am one of the luckiest sons of bitches to have fucked up in life and still have been able to make it.
Yep. And the thing is, here's the thing. I'm a Catholic, baptized Catholic. Yet I can acknowledge that my religion is deeply flawed and also very bloody. You see,
I think more people have been killed in the name of God than just about anything else, which is weird because I don't think that's what God or Jesus actually wanted. Like,
exactly. And here's the thing: the Crusades, one of the bloodiest conflicts of history, which was in history that was based on religion.
Why?
Basically, the Catholics went around killing anybody who didn't believe the same as they did.
The Inquisition was also pretty ugly.
That too. Also, the Malaya Maleficarum, which is known as the Witch's Hammer. It was in Da Vinci Code. Basically, the Catholic Church killed over 100,000 free-thinking women because they did not, or they thought different things, so they were burned to the stake as witches.
Yeah, see, I'm pretty sure Jesus would have been like, whoa, that's nasty. What the hell's wrong with y'all? I didn't even allow a stoning. What the fuck is wrong with you people?
Now, here's another thing.
Hey, Orjack, can I interject something I found interesting, and I didn't know this until a few years ago. That for up until a certain point in history, and I don't know when exactly, but it was around the time of the Crusades, King Richard, and then what was his brother, King Henry? Yeah, King Richard Leonard, and then after he died, it was King John. Okay, so that was right around the time of the Magna Carta. At that point in time, the Bible was only allowed to be translated in, I believe, Greek and Latin, or just one or the other. And to translate it to any other language was considered heresy.
Yep. That way they can control people.
And it was like, why would you do that? And then, when you sit back and think, well, because if you can't speak Latin or Greek, how do you know what the Bible says versus what is the Bible says versus what is the Catholic says? Get where I'm going? So it was a form of suppression. And if the Bible was translated in any other language, it was considered heresy, and you could actually be excommunicated from the church. or even worse,
Why they
shelled
did
or
that
killed.
was because they were trying to undo something that God did. They were
So-
trying to undo the curse of
Wasn't the
Babel.
Catholic Church founded by somebody who was an atheist? And he later converted, but started out as an atheist and was using the religion to control people?
I have no idea.
It was my understanding.
I don't think so.
But
Well,
what Jesse was
you know-
just was the mission of a small sect that was trying to undo the curse of Babel, which means, or anybody who knows the Bible knows what the Tower of Babel was, where
Right.
they tried to reach heaven and God
Fell
struck people
and
dumb and
different
had them
languages.
speak in several different languages.
Honestly, I think that
They were
was
trying to undo that. I mean, that's what they were basically doing. They were trying to undo that. They were trying to have people convert to two languages, Latin and Greek, or their own language, but they wanted people to understand the one or two languages of God. Now, the problem is they can't ever undo something that God did. So they failed. Now, also, as I was saying, I'm baptized Catholic, and I can acknowledge the bloodiness of some of the stuff. Everybody says that Catholic priests and whatnot, how they have been getting a little too touchy-feely with the kids. Well, here's the thing. Nuns also used to do the same thing. Nuns raped children. And when nuns had kids that were from those children, guess what they did to the kids? They killed them after birth.
Infanticide.
The bones
Man,
of children
I hate
are
that
often
word.
underneath
That is
churches.
so gross. I
Yes.
heard that some places in Ireland, like, they found like a mass at one of the adoption centers or like places where like orphanages. They found like mass graves that were unmarked and shit, like of children's bodies of various ages, from like even 100 years up to like 50 or like 70 years ago. And it's like
everybody says religion this, religion that. It's like every religion that is in the world today has a bloody history, except for maybe one or two, and that's Taoism and Taoism. But even they have violence in their history. What is that noise? It's not mine. Sounds like water's running.
it does. I don't hear it in my space, but I hear it.
Okay, now it's gone.
Okay, that was. I guess we just had like interference from maybe some other frequency or something.
Yeah. But also, one of the things that I also noticed was, and this is a personal thing for me, I can actually, like I said, I have a twisted sense of humor. Very twisted. So when I got arrested, and because of all that shit that I was accused of, it's like I joke about this shit all the time. I have a very sexual sense of humor, like the whole "that's what she said" stuff and whatnot and yada yada. I mean, I can be perverted at times, joke wise at times. Now, the thing is, when I got out, people are like, "You shouldn't tell jokes about that stuff." I mean, look at what you were just arrested for. It's like, I was saying this shit long before I was arrested and accused of other shit. I'm not arrested and accused, or I wasn't arrested and accused for telling jokes. I was arrested and accused for something that I would never do. Now, here's the thing. Has anybody heard of Team 4-Star?
What?
Yeah.
Is that like a cartoon or something?
It's a YouTube channel.
Oh, it sounds like a cartoon.
Well, they do abridged adaptations of animes and cartoons, and one that they do is of not Castlevania, but fucking Hellsing Ultimate abridged, where Alucard is literally making every derogatory joke about the Catholic Church when there's a Catholic person around. I mean, when he fights one of the people from the Catholic Church, he's like, Huh? It smells like hypocrisy in here. Oh, it's the Catholic Church.
That's
And
awesome.
what's this?
I gotta use
No
that.
little Timmy glued to your crotch. Progress. Yeah, he goes there. He does all of that. And when the Protestant, he actually works for a Protestant organization, and they actually had to go to the Vatican because they were summoned to the Vatican. And a Vatican emissary's like, or getting into a little fight with Alucard's boss, Lady Integra, or as they call her, Sir Integra. I don't know why. But anyway, he's like, honestly, if you're going to have a dick fighting contest with a woman, you must have had the cruelest handicap. Which I'm sure benefits the 9-year-old boy chained up in your private Vatican jet. Oh, which was paid for how? Which was paid for how, by the way? Oh, yes. Generous donations from all your followers to spread the word of God all over his back. Yes, he goes there in all of those. He strung up a banner across Christ the Redeemer, the statue in Brazil, saying 420 YOLO swag for Jesus.
Okay, that's
He had to go down to Brazil to handle some stuff. And as he's driving by, he's like, Jesus wants a hug. He would do that. He would joke so much about the Catholic Church.
It does look like he's out
Yeah,
there.
because he's out like this. And the same guy that he attacked, or that attacked him earlier, whatnot, they call him Anderson, Alexander Anderson and whatnot. He comes in, he's like, the good Lord has decided to extend a courtesy to your filthy heathens. A private Vatican jet. So if you would be very Christian-like and get us, or ship your sorry asses out and whatnot, he's like, oh, I don't know what's worse. The Catholic Church strong-arming you into helping us, or the fact that you obviously haven't seen what I did to the shadow of Big J. Oh, hold on 1 second, folks.
Holy biscuit. Yellow swag for Jesus. Oh, my God. All right, that's way less offensive, at least to me.
This is outside.
I will be right back. I got
to put on Jesus, since it's supposed to be you only live once, and technically he was supposed to have been resurrected. So there's some irony to the YOLO part on Jesus, you know.
Now we're hitting cringe-worthy areas for me. So
I thought
apologize.
it was funny, but that's what YOLO stands for.
Hey! I'm not gonna start no shit. I'm just saying.
I wasn't trying to. I don't know. If
I know you are. I know you are, and I'm just wanting getting to know. I'm not either.
All right, folks. I will be right back. Also, if my thing goes down, just keep everybody entertained. So I will be right back. I should be right back. But also, if my landlady picks up the phone, don't worry. I'll be right back.
Great. They left me to entertain everybody. I don't even know who's here. This is not fair. Oh, okay, somebody put something in the chat. Tell me what you want to talk about. Please, because if anybody's here. Because I got stuck by myself. What the fuck am I supposed to do? I can't entertain everybody here. I don't think anybody's here.
Oh, dude, just out. Oh, hello. I cannot see the chat, but hi to everyone anyway. Well, maybe I can. Let me see if we can go here. Comment. Oh, hey, Bard, how are you? This is riveting. Nice to see you again, Wall. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the third guy. He might have lost connection and might be stuck down in the basement. And I have no idea what Orange Hat is off doing. So, yeah. And I'm trying to put on stuff to keep my skin from looking too old. So. So how are you, Bard? Well, I hope. And hello to whoever's still in here because it doesn't really, like, oh, well, I mean, I guess I could go to the other thing and show them how many people are here, but I'm glad all is well with you. Very good. I don't want to have old lady chest. Or hands, I suppose.
I'm back.
I just got back too.
How are
Bard would be quite hilarious.
you doing,
And our friend back.
I take it Jesse had to go.
I don't know. When I got back, he was gone. So I assumed that maybe he lost connection and fell in the basement.
Bummer.
How
Bummer.
Is you gonna be okay?
I almost took this off just now. Huh?
It looks like you did, actually. But
What?
What did you just do?
I just went out and helped my landlady bring in some stuff.
Okay.
And I ran and did it all really, really fast.
Oh,
So, yeah.
okay.
AFK, always good to see you. Happy Dinosaur, my moderator of moderators that also likes to eat people, so just be careful.
Oh, my.
How y'all doing? Orange Hat Reviews got back from wrestling a Russian bear, or a bear. More like a Russian ladder.
Wolf.
But yeah, just for a quick close-up, folks, to give you an idea of what that ladder did. Let's see here.
Hurt.
Yeah, small little shiner down here, plus the smack there. If it wasn't,
QB and you too much.
it puts the lotion on its skin, or else it gets Ray Skywalker again. Oh damn, dude, that was awesome. Oh, that was. What's the ladder? Or what's the ladder with your face? Oh, it just got smacked by ladder. But yeah. And I do want to thank everybody on Twitter who brightened up my day yesterday after I got smacked in the face with the ladder. I mean, all your comments are very, very appreciative. Even the ones on Instagram and, well, the ones on Facebook. Many of you guys don't know I'm on Facebook.
I don't know if I'm following you. If I am, you probably wouldn't know, though.
What, on Facebook?
Instagram, dear.
Oh, Instagram. Well, if you are following me, that's awesome, and I'll follow you back if
Oh,
you
you
want
won't
me.
notice me, though.
I notice almost everyone. If they engage with me, I notice them. But
No,
yeah, we just
No,
shouldn't.
not notice me. You wouldn't know it is me.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Face
Now-
is the whole bit.
Yep. If you guys are just joining, we were just doing a lot of random stuff, but I did start the stream expressing my frustrations and displeasure with Star Wars current story group, because
I've got to say something to you.
there are several steps to a good ladder joke. You really have to elevate the level of humor.
Oh, God.
A tall order for some. I love that, AFK. Oh my god. Anybody, if you guys are not subbed to AFK, sub to AFK. She Oh,
I
Jesus.
think I am, but it confuses
She's
me.
awesome.
It's she when it shows a
Yeah,
guy on
she
the
is.
thing. It's confusing.
She's not named Brad. She's Bard. Because a lot of people called her Brad, or freaking Drunk 3PO and Lethal Lightning called her Brad, and it's like, it's Bod. Yeah.
But
Sometimes you need another gift to help up.
all the words come out.
But yeah, the whole thing of making Luke look like a woman, I'm like, that's a straw that almost broke the camel's back. Because trust me, if it did break the camel's back, I would be swearing every other word. And as for James Cameron, I actually covered this stuff in the video that I did yesterday, where he's saying his career is successful because he didn't sexually objectify women. I'm like, Jamie Lee Curtis, bra and panties in True Lies in front of Arnold Schwarzenegger, which was clearly making Arnold Schwarzenegger excited. I mean, the way he dropped that voice recorder and everything. Yeah. Also, what's her name? Kate Winslet. Draw me like one of your French girls. Seriously. Do you mean the Hamels? But yeah, also John Connor's conception in The Terminator, where you see Linda Hamilton's breasts. The whole sex scene in freaking Avatar. Yes, there's a sex scene in Avatar, and I'm not talking about the porn parody. He's saying he doesn't sexually objectify women in his movies. He's full of shit. But then we just got into talking about all sorts of random stuff. I invited anybody. If you guys want to come into the chat, I'll even put it right back on. So yeah, if you guys want to come in, come on in. Let's turn this into a random discussion of hilarity and awesomeness. So yeah, Jubian, good to see you. AFK, how many people did I miss while I've been away? You're still a pretty kitty, Moira. Oh, isn't that sweet of Happy to say?
Her.
But yeah, make sure you smash that like button, folks. It really helps. Which I'm actually going to check to see how the stream is.
Hit that like button, like it broke into your house.
No, smack it like a ladder against the face. Smash that like button with a ladder, folks. Seriously, smash it with a ladder.
They're gonna break their fucking.
I know, but I'm joking. I know it. I gotta pretend to be writing while I listen. Okay, fine. But so what you writing, AFK? Anything interesting? Hello. That's not what I wanted to look at, but I'm not going to complain about it either. No. Well, what is it that you're writing? I'll determine whether it's interesting. Just my idea of fun. We all have similar ideas of fun, so what's your idea of fun? I'm getting a lightsaber by the end of the week, so that's fun. Jesus. The administration keeps on freaking bothering me wanting me to donate because I said he did a good job with something. Oy. Grant Gustin fanfiction. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past her. She absolutely loves it. But it's weak sauce, right?
You ever see something you want to kind of call it out, but you don't actually know the person? You're like, you don't know what kind of shitstorm it'll start.
True. Now, the thing is, been trying to bang out my version of a Marvel superhero. Hey, keep going, girl. That shit's awesome. I created my own. Thing is, I actually created my own hero in Marvel. I called him Archive. Any ability that he has seen or experienced, he would be able to do. And I had this idea when I was in my single-digit years. Never panned out, though. But I do also have a Greek mythology story, which I did say one day that I would do a live stream talking about it solely. So, because I did it as an afterthought from another random stream. But yeah. Let me check YouTube. We've been going for 2 hours. Holy smokes. I don't want to try any of this crap. Stop giving me the whole 1 month free thing. YouTube is free for me.
This is just.
All that real stuff.
I'm like looking at this. Somebody's being like sympathy, and I think it's kind of shit. They're saying that sorry I disappeared for a bit. Something crazy happened, and my phone got broken in the process. And they're like locked out of their shit, and it's a picture of their leg, and there's 2 cuts on it. And I'm like, that looks like a self-harm. I'm sitting here wanting to comment. That looks like a self-harm cut. Okay? Because like, I'm not gonna tell the name. I'm not gonna put that part out there. But that looks like a test cut, and then the actual cut. Like you're building up the bravery to do it, and then do the actual. That's what it fucking looks like. And like. All right, I'm going to come out of the closet about some shit, but I'll tell you why I think so. Because how identical is that? The test cut and the actual cut.
Yikes.
Identical. So what accident did you do that comes around the leg like that? Really? Really? Mine I was able to play off so people wouldn't think I was crazy. Yeah. But, yeah, that test cut. And then the actual. That's what it looks like. So what accident did he fucking do? And people are like, oh, that looks terrible. Are you okay? He's getting all this attention. I'm like, you probably get more attention if you actually told me you did it.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, a person actually talked to me because I know what it's like to self-harm. I did it when I was a teenager because of all the bullying. I never sliced my wrist or anything like that. No.
Right. It's like Vince. People think it's like you're actually trying to kill yourself. Now, people have accidentally probably done that, but usually it's more like a mental vent to let the bad out feeling.
Yeah.
It's the only way I can really describe that. To let the vent the bad out.
It's actually, there's a scar, a faded scar right here on my arm, right above these 2 things here.
Okay. I'll take the word.
Anyway, that was me, or that's what I did when I self-harmed. I basically just right there like that with a knife. And, well, when people asked what happened, I basically just spun a story about it.
Right. Yeah, because you don't want to get locked
up. The kid was harassing me, so I picked him up, and he sliced me in the arm. Thing is, most of the kids down in this town where I'm living, back when I was a kid, most of the kids even younger than me would actually carry knives around and do stupid shit.
Well, yeah.
So it wasn't that much of a stretch.
Exactly.
But the thing is, the story that I gave also was slightly true. The only difference was he didn't slice me in the arm. He pulled a knife on me, and I picked him up and told him if he ever did it again, I'd kill him. But and then I threw his knife down a sewer, but he didn't actually cut me.
I wouldn't have blamed it on someone else because you could get them in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, true, but that kid was also known as a troublemaker too. I mean,
yeah, but physical assault with a weapon might have sent
yeah.
Juvie.
I mean, I didn't call the cops or anything.
Well, no, but someone else could have.
True. If anybody else was around.
I think he could have spent some years in juvie for something he didn't actually do. Like, that would have been terrible, dude.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, but I was a kid.
Whoop his ass, but, getting a record and shit, that's yikes.
He'd already had a record.
Well, then then he could do it himself.
Exactly.
But he could have been
exactly.
Yeah.
AFK, because here's the thing. When I threw that knife in a sewer, he's like, that's my older brother's knife. I'm like, you want to go and get it? I'll lift that thing up, or I'll lift that grate up. But the second you go down there, I'm leaving you there.
Oh, that's fucked.
I'm an angel now, I swear. Yeah, hey, all angels swear. You just got to learn how to do it awesomely. But yeah, a lot of people still think that or friends of mine still think that my next planned versus stream is a joke because it involves Rey Palpatine from Star Wars Episode 9. And I'm like, seriously? It's not a joke, people. I'm doing this simply to spite Disney.
What? Okay, when did that movie come out? How many months ago?
December.
Okay. You've had like 6 months to come to terms with this.
There's no coming to terms for the abuses of Disney, for some.
But you give them attention, you give them acknowledgement when you do this all the time.
Very true.
Like, how often do you talk about movies you love and why you love them? How often do you do that? Because you say you do this to spite Disney, but you're giving them free publicity. You're not spiting them. They're not hurting because of you.
Good point. Now that you think of it, but I'm still going to do it because because the person there she's fighting is also in Star Wars, but that part of Star Wars I do love. Aha.
But like, but when you talk about the same thing and the same saltiness every day, what does it contribute to you and the rest of the world?
Information.
But it's the same information. It's still your same hatred. It's the same
Not
movie.
always.
They didn't put out a new movie, so there's no new side of it.
But I have, or some of my latest movie reviews have been positive.
But right
To be
now,
quite
you said you basically started the stream just to talk shit about Disney. But almost every time I've checked your channel, that's exactly what you're doing.
Yes, but if you look at some of my other videos, not just, or when I do reviews like Paul review, Jumper review, Gemini Man review, I admit that they're flawed movies, but I love them.
So how
Bloodshot.
can you go on and on about how much you love them? Like, what's the ratio here? Is there more hate on your channel or more love?
Define hate.
Not loving it. Not liking it.
But
If you really want to spite Disney and stuff, start promoting Gemini Man. Start promoting the movies that you like. Start bringing attention to the movies you like and you think are good. That's the way to
believe
do
me,
it.
that's what I do in my reviews. I
Well,
basically tell them.
no, but like if you do a stream where, like, you know, you talk about all the cool stuff and just talk about movies you like and never mention Disney, you don't give them algorithm. You don't give them time. You don't give them acknowledgement.
Very true. Good point.
I mean, part of the reason I watched the Last Jedi movie was because everybody was bitching and complaining so fucking much that I had to go see what the hell they were bitching about. So I watched it. I wouldn't have watched it if they hadn't bitched. And I'm probably not the only one. There's a couple of movies I looked at that I normally wouldn't have because everybody was throwing such a damn tantrum. Like when they hated the live action Aladdin. Everybody was bitching about that, so I was like, all right. And my daughter wanted to see it anyway, so I watched it, and it actually wasn't that bad. I mean, if you're comparing, like, yes, there's no replacing Robin Williams. Yeah, I get that. That's why Will Smith made it kind of his own instead. And I think he did an all right job. It wasn't bad. It's not the best movie in the world. I wouldn't necessarily have the poster up unless someone gave it to me for free, but I don't hate it. But everybody, you know, but it brought it to my attention to watch it because I want to see why everybody was complaining. So when you complain about something you hate so much, people are going to go see what it is you hate. And who does that benefit? Not you.
But it does benefit them in a way, and I'm going to explain how. They understand a little bit more about the person by understanding what they hate. Now, actually, while you're talking, I am actually getting ready to share one of my more positive videos, which is my review of Finding Forrester, which is my absolute favorite video. If you guys really want to understand or have a small understanding of who I am and whatnot, watch the movie Finding Forrester. You will understand, or there are so many parallels in that movie to my life. It is uncanny almost, except for the whole basketball thing. I'm not really Jamal Wallace in that movie. I'm more William Forrester. Except that I didn't write a book and was famous.
Yeah.
Of this. Oops. This
Oh, Happy Dinosaur says he's reviewing
Okie dokie.
Forrester tomorrow.
Oh, dude,
And
you
Jim
tag me to that when you post that on Twitter.
letting people know how bad Disney woke is. There are people that think Disney makes good films. I actually don't even really pay
Oh,
attention
don't get me wrong.
to film.
Do not get me wrong. Disney does make good films. There are some films that they do make that is good. Call of the Wild, in my opinion, however flawed the special effects were, is a very good movie, in my opinion.
I've not seen it. I don't
Thing
think
is, I want them to actually make more movies like they did with Call of the Wild. Less of their stupid agenda stuff and more of a good old-fashioned story.
Right.
I will acknowledge when Disney does good,
Right.
but I will also acknowledge when they don't do so good. I'm basically, the way I see it, I'm a person that will give you no bullshit when it comes to, and that's one of the staples of my channel. I don't bullshit you. I will not tell you what you want to hear. I will tell you what you, I will also tell you what you want to hear, but I will also tell you what you need to hear as well.
Man, that sounds almost domineering if you're deciding what they need to hear in a domineering.
I'm not deciding what they need to hear. I'm basically, or it's not so much that, the way that I'm saying it is, yes, it does sound domineering, but basically, say a person is struggling or like not very hygienic or whatnot, and they can't understand why they're not getting a job or whatnot, I'm going to tell them, the reason why you're not getting a job is because they could smell you from half a mile away because you're not very hygienic.
Yeah.
I'm not going to beat around the bush. You stink.
Yeah.
So that's an example of what you need to hear instead of what you want to hear. Oh, you smell like a bed of roses, man. That's what you want to hear. The truth is, you smell like a bed of roses, but after they have wilted and rotted.
Damn.
You see where I'm coming from when I say that now? I'm one of the most loyal friends that a person can have. Seriously, when it comes to me and friendship, loyalty is one of the biggest things I will always be. When I'm in a relationship with a woman, or if I am courting or pursuing an interest in a woman, no other woman is seen as attractive to the point where I would pursue them. I am a one-woman person. I will only sleep with one person when I am with that person. If I was, I will say that another person is attractive, but they are only attractive in looks, and maybe, yeah, they might be attractive in persona and whatnot. But right now, my loyalty is to the person that I am with, not to anyone else. Which is another rarity because other people will cheat. Every relationship I have been in, I can honestly say I have never cheated on the person I was with. Not once. So yeah, I mean, when I flirt, because currently I'm not with anybody. So when I flirt with AFK or with Rosetta or with any other person, with you, it's playful flirting.
You flirt with me?
Because I've flirted with you, yes.
Huh.
Playful flirting. It's called playful flirting. Oh my God, I'm so
oblivious. I didn't realize you were.
Oh, gee.
Oh.
Basically the way I say it, when I say that you're hot or something, that's me kind of flirting.
Oh, okay. Right.
I mean, like I said, AFK, she is very attractive. Yes, and thing is, I also like her personality. We live states apart, so I wouldn't ask her out. So, yeah. It's kind of like that. I mean,
yeah.
but yeah. When it comes to other people, Rosetta, I'll playfully flirt with her. I'll say she's hot, she's Dark Jiggles and all that stuff. But she's married. I understand that. So I'm not going to go any further than a playful flirt.
Right on.
When a woman is taken, or if they have a significant other, unless they tell me that I can playfully flirt with them, I'm not going to flirt with them. I am actually a gentleman when it comes to certain things. Gotta go splat with my niece, but we'll keep the stream open. Love you guys. Take it easy, AFK. Love you too, girl. Keep being awesome.
Meow meow.
Anyway, I'm actually going to start ending the stream. I'll give it 11 more minutes.
Deal.
But yeah, when it... There we go. Now it's showing up. Jeez, took forever for me on my side. But yeah. And who's coming into my thingy now? Jens Pedar. Orange, you, something.
You have a monotone voice, kind of like Bueller. Bueller.
Yes, I do have a monotone voice, but I can also get up and down, left and right. Well, sometimes you're up and sometimes you're down. When you find that you're down, well, just look around. You still got a body, good legs, and fine feet. Get your head in the right area, and hey, you're complete.
Okay then.
That's from one of my favorite Pixar moments. It's called Bounding.
It sounds like an S.
Sort of like Bounding. So what?
It sounds like an S&M film.
It's about a goat that can tap dance.
That's not what it sounds like.
Or a sheep that can tap dance.
Bounding.
Bounding.
Back, you know?
And it's about the great American jackalope.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, there's a lot of people would be shocked with some of the stuff I do like, some of the stuff I don't like. Thing is, I like Lady Gaga music.
Okay, so end the stream now. No, I'm just kidding.
So what?
I was playing. I said, now it's time to end the stream.
Thing is, there are some songs that I like from Lady Gaga. There's some songs. I like one or two songs from Michael Jackson, even though I rip on Michael Jackson like 99% of the time.
Right, I like 2 or 3 songs from Michael Jackson, and I like Nickelback, and everybody can just come at me, bro.
Thing is, I like a couple of Nickelback songs too. I have subjective likes and dislikes.
Right, I don't have to like every song someone makes, but I don't have to hate them. You know, like
Yeah.
Like, even though everybody rips on Nickelback, I'm like, actually, they do better music than I could. Shit. Like
A lot of people notice from earlier, as you know now, I'm not really a religious person. There are a couple songs that I really like that are technically religious, like
Right.
Mr. and Mrs. Curie.
oh, you
And-
should listen to the song Keys to the Kingdom. That's a good one.
I'll have to listen to that.
Yeah, it's by
Oh.
2-1 Crew, not 2 Live Crew, by the way.
Yeah, 2-1 Crew.
No, or is it 2 Live? Yeah, 2 Live Crew, I think it's called.
I'll look for it. Also, there's a song from.
Let
Let me look for it.
Keys to the Kingdom song. That
Yeah.
would help find it. So even if I'm wrong about the artist, yeah.
I mean, there's a song that I recently heard that I just started listening to again. Who sings it?
Song it?
Oh, excuse me. Martin Page in the House of Stone and Light. That's
I like that song. I've heard
religious
that
song.
in years. Oh my God. I've heard
I
that
know.
forever.
It's like a religious song, but it has a good tone to
Oh
it.
man, that makes me feel like I'm 16 again. Holy shit.
I mean, I have a playlist. I'll give you guys a view of. Or,
Dude, yeah,
Oh,
I've got a playlist on my channel, like songs that I like.
I have multiple playlists of songs that I like. But to give you guys an idea of some of my favorites, I have 40 videos in my favorites playlist. A couple of them are from an a cappella singer, Peter Hollins. The Parting Glass, Loch Lomond, Into the West, his version of it.
Oh, you've got Loch Lomond and Parting Glass. I got that in my playlist too.
Nice.
About different people, but I got it too. Ah, shit. The Loch Lomond got that red hair chick.
Dude, Peter Hollins does a great job with Loch Lomond.
Oh,
I mean, he truly
the
does.
red-haired chick. Like, you should check that out.
Oh, the one who actually sings Loch Lomond in the Gaelic or with the Gaelic words in it. Yes.
No, she sings it in English, but like she got like red
Does
hair.
does she sing it around like in Scottish landscape?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly
like
what one you're talking about.
No,
But she also uses Gaelic terms, like instead of from, she says fray.
Okay, I missed that part. I gotta play the English version of it, but still no.
Yeah. I also got Peter Hollins' Into the West. I mean, I like Annie Lennox's version of Into the West. She's the original singer of it, but Peter Hollins just kills it. Ed Sheeran. I like Ed Sheeran songs. Lorena McKinnott's Bonnie Portmore.
Never heard of that one, but.
Have you ever seen the Highlander show?
Nope. Oh, I watched. Oh, that was back in the '90s, dude. My dad watched that. I didn't really.
Johnny Cash's version of Hurt.
Yes, I got. Yes.
Infinitely better than the original person or the original group who sang it.
Everything better.
The Bobby Fuller 4 from the 60s, I Fought the Law. That is one of my favorite 60s songs.
It's all right, but it's not on my playlist.
Yeah. Timbaland Apologize featuring One Republic.
Yep. Like that one.
Greek Fire Top of the World, which was from Big Hero 6.
I have not seen that yet.
Alphaville's Forever Young.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
From the 80s. Shakira, Try Everything from Zootopia. Yes, I've seen Zootopia. I absolutely love that freaking movie, and I love her song in it as well.
Right.
Fall Out Boy and Noodles. We Didn't Start the Fire from Billy Joel.
Oh, yeah. Billy Joel. I have a Billy Joel song on mine. It's the only Billy Joel song I like. It's like River of Dreams. I have that on my playlist.
I'll have to find that.
Somewhere.
Men at Work, Land Down Under.
Oh my God, no. Oh my God.
Lilo and Stitch, from the movie Lilo and Stitch, the song Himele no Lilo, which is sang in it's sang in pure Hawaiian.
Oh wow.
Queen, These Are the Days of Our Lives.
Oh.
Lady Gaga, Dance in the Dark. My own theme song, St. Elmo Fire's Man in Motion, John Parr. Bruce Springsteen's Badlands.
Now you made me want to look at my playlist. Hold on.
Foster the People's Pumped Up Kicks. Enigma, Return to Innocence. Mr. Kiri. Ex-Ambassadors, Renegades. Now, is Kamikavivo Ole, a Hawaiian singer, his version of Over the Rainbow?
Oh, yeah. He's a heavyset fella, huh? Yeah, I've heard him play.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he's pretty
sadly,
good.
He died in '97 because of his health issue. Oh, I do not want that playing. I do not want that playing. I do not want that playing. Do not play that. I don't want a strike on my channel.
Actually, it sounds like a bunch of garbled noise.
That was what it was. It was an ad, thank God, before it got to the song.
Anyway, I got the Rocky Road to Dublin, which I think actually is like a cover of like a really old song. So I think it's safe enough to play because I played it on one of my live streams and I did not get in trouble for it. This makes me want to get into a fight with somebody. Like, hold on. I'll let you hear it since I don't think this will cause a problem.
Yeah. The Doors and Jimi Hendrix are top quality with Led Zeppelin. Oh, no, I know that song. That was in Sherlock Holmes. Send that to me on Twitter.
Okay. I will literally drive down the road with my windows down, blaring that Like,
Yeah.
I
That was
totally
actually
took what he
that was
doing.
in Robert Downey Jr.'s Sherlock Holmes movie when he was in the
I
fighting
was told
room.
that. I was told that, but I had accidentally stumbled across this, and then later I was told, and I was like, oh, I did not know that, but still. I think it's been a while since you wrote to me. I'm trying to find you.
Mhm.
Oh, there you are. That didn't help you.
Continuing, continuing on my favorites playlist, Louis Capaldi, "Before You Go," and "Someone You Loved" by Louis Capaldi. That's actually a song that I will listen to on default, "Someone You Loved," because, and this is something that I will actually give a small review to. That song, to me, has a quality that really puts in the emotion. When he starts singing the lyrics, "When the Day Bleeds," there is a key from the piano that just has a high impact. It's a low key, but it's a very impactful moment in the song, which makes you feel the emotion in the song. It's the best way I can say it. The Script, Hall of Fame. Sarah McLachlan's "Building a Mystery." Everybody else loves "In the Arms of an Angel" and whatnot, and I'm like,
no, it makes me think of those damn peanut commercials.
Yeah, "Building a Mystery" is my favorite one, man. Enya's "May It Be." Yes, people, I listen to Enya.
Damn straight.
Live, "Lightning Crashes."
Oh, wow.
Evanescence, "My Immortal."
Well, yeah, I mean, you gotta.
Collective Soul, "Run."
I don't know that one.
Bastille, "Pompeii." Avicii's "Wake Me Up."
Yes.
The Bloodhound Gang, "The Bad Touch."
Oh, God. Ah.
Of course, that's going to be in my favorites playlist because, man, I loved that song when I was a freaking teenager. It was just the best song ever.
It made me feel old because I was like 21 when that song came out. I was like, God, this is terrible.
Snow Patrol, "Chasing Cars."
Did we lose him?
Okay.
We got some glitch. Did we lose you? Wow, everything kind of went. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's go. Wow. Fuck. So, hey there.
I'm back.
There he is. I was like, I know he froze. I was just checking my phone, and I was like, what the hell happened?
Yeah, if I freeze, folks, it's just a small little hiccup in my internet. Now, I actually also have a couple other Enya songs. "In the House of Stone and Light." I just recently put in there "The Last Goodbye" from Peter Hollins. From the Tarzan Boy from Baltimora.
Never heard of it.
Seriously? Oh, you know it.
I'm sorry.
You know it. I'll play a little bit for you, and I'll also put folks, by the way, YouTube, if you're listening to this, I don't own any of this music.
So calm
And
your
credit goes to all people who did create the music. So the song that I'm about to play, Baltimore, Tarzan Boy, it belongs to them. Yeah, it belongs to them, not to me.
So calm the fuck down.
Exactly. So let's give you just
about everything. He's not trying to make money off it.
Exactly. I'm not monetized. I'm not even going to ever monetize on here. Oh, jeez, these people. But they're ads.
Get YouTube Premium. Fuck. It sounds all about the music in the previews for Wonder Woman.
Hold on. You'll recognize it in a sec.
Oh, okay.
That
Okay,
one.
I have heard it. I just didn't know like who or what it was.
Yeah.
Okay, see, YouTube, it wasn't that bad. Calm down.
Yeah, I only played just a bit of it. So if you strike my channel,
You'll probably
I'm gonna
at
smack
most
you.
get a copyright claim. Like,
Yeah.
that's not a strike against your channel, so it's not the same
True.
thing. Like, I've had 1 or 2 copyright claims, but it says my channel has no strike.
Yeah. And the last one on my favorites list is Tempest Vernum and Deora Armocroy from Enya.
Man, that sounds like a mouthful.
Well, it's actually 2 different pieces, but they're actually intertwined in the music or in the sequence. So yeah. I have rock favorites playlist as well, so love song playlist, rock and others. Let's go to rock and others because it's only 12 songs. Hypocrisy's Eraser, Imagine Dragons Battle Cry, Marilyn Manson's Long Hard Road Out of Hell from Spawn.
Oh, okay.
Marilyn Manson's version of Sweet Dreams are made of these.
Heck yeah.
American Girl's Revelation, which is actually a religious song, even though it's like rock and almost metal. Mr. Big, To Be With You lyrics. My favorite song from Metallica, Unforgiven.
I didn't know these plays.
Yep. Christopher Lee's The Bloody Verdict of Verdun.
Ooh.
Yes, Christopher Lee was a metal band singer.
I know. I was just more surprised that you had it. Like, I heard about that a few years ago. I was like, holy crap, dude.
Yeah. Disturbed, Forsaken from Queen of the Damned.
Nice.
Nightwish, I Wish I Had an Angel.
Nice.
Badlands from Bruce Springsteen and The River from Bruce Springsteen. I like a lot of Bruce Springsteen songs, Dancing in the Dark, Glory Days. And I still stand by this, folks. If you go to a class reunion, that song better be playing in the playlist. Glory Days from Bruce Springsteen. That's like the perfect song for a class reunion. So love songs, or Louis Capaldi's songs before you go and some you loved. Richard Marx, I'll Be Right Here Waiting for You. Pat Benatar, We Belong. OMD, If You Leave. Ed Sheeran's Perfect, Photograph. Skylar Grey from Aquaman's soundtrack, Everything I Need. Savage Garden, folks. Yes, I am a huge Savage Garden fan. Crash and Burn, Truly Madly Deeply. I mean, yeah. Lenny Kravitz, again. U2, With or Without You. And here's where a lot of people are probably going to laugh. Elvis Presley, I Can't Help Falling in Love with You.
I would go for UB40s personally.
Yeah. Queen, Who Wants to Live Forever. Foreigner, I Want to Know What Love Is. And yes, I'm about to get laughed at again. Adele, Hello and Water Under the Bridge. Ellie Goulding, Love Me Like You Do. Charlie Puth, One Call Away. Maroon 5, Love Somebody. The Cars, You Might Think. Culture Club, Karma Chameleon. Annie Lennox, Walking on Broken Glass.
Nice.
It's not in years chronological order either, folks. From the John Wick movie, Think by Kaleda.
I like
Chicago.
John Wick.
Yep. This was when he was in the Russian club. just about to get, or just before he gets to the guy he's trying to kill. That's the song that was playing, Think by Kaleda. You're the Inspiration from Chicago. Lovely, the band, Broken. Crazy Town, Butterfly.
Oh, shit.
Hungry Eyes from Dirty Dancing, Eric Carmen. The Proclaimers, 500 Miles.
Okay.
Beneath Your Beautiful from, I can't remember from who. Evanescence, My Immortal. And Snow Patrol, Chasing Cars. Yeah, I put those in my favorites and my love songs. But yeah, I also have an instrumentals playlist and a Metal Gear Solids playlist. And Hellsing Ultimate Abridged playlist. But yeah, I'm actually gonna... YouTube, don't be a dick. I'm gonna give some people a taste of one of my favorite love songs. I mean, guys, seriously, look at me. Do I look like I would actually listen to Skylar Grey? Most people would say no, but guess what? I do. That's why I always say don't judge a book by its cover.
I will be right back.
Of course you will. Boy George was in an A-Team episode. Nice. I mean, folks, yes, back in the 90s, I listened to things like Backstreet Boy and NSYNC. Yeah, I listened to them. I listened to Britney Spears and whatnot. I'm not afraid to admit this shit. Because I honestly don't care if you think bad of me for doing so. I listened to music at the time that I thought was interesting. Now, do I still listen to Britney Spears? Not really. Her music didn't age well. And neither has she, to be 100% objectively truthful. Born in the USA is also good from Bruce Springsteen. You're absolutely right, Jeff. Or Jens. Sorry. My mistake. Jens, how do you pronounce your last name? Is it Petter or Peter? Instant regret from this. Such horrible things about mental illness. Great. Oof! Sorry to hear that. Well, not really. When Palpatine demoted Darth Vader back to Skywalker. What the fuck? Disney, what are you doing? I'm gonna have to watch that video later by Star Wars comic stuff.
Yeah.
Hold on one moment. Somebody just either knocked on my door or something. I don't know. Oh, you want to hear something funny? Whenever somebody does the whole drama stuff on Facebook, I forward this 6-second clip.
Drama queen, but you don't understand. Drama queen. Right now is the time for action.
It's like, because somebody was Petter, gotcha, thank you. Now, that's from TFS's Team 4 Stars Dragon Ball Z Abridged, where Kami and Piccolo, they're supposed to be linked, so if one dies, the other dies. And he's like, huh. He's like, you okay in there, Kami? Mr. Popo, I believe that Piccolo may have been slain. And Mr. Popo, who just doesn't give a crap, he's like, I think you'd know if he were. Are you still there? Yes. Then he's not dead, is he, Drama Queen? But you don't Drama Queen. But you don't understand Drama Queen.
Oh my goodness.
It's just so freaking funny. And when I got out of Facebook jail, there was for some weird reason, the video got corrupted. But it was another thing from Team 4 Star where Vegeta crashes into the city after he's been away or in space for like 2 years. And he's like, I'm back, bitches. It's just so yeah. It's like, I'm back, bitches. Let's see if I can actually find that. Yep. but I think it's like I said, it might be corrupted.
The Lockheed has all 71
Oh, this is funny too.
an advanced long-range strategic reconnaissance aircraft capable of Mach 3 at an altitude of 85,000 feet.
You sure do seem to know a lot about it.
Do you even read my Christmas list?
He wants a Blackbird.
We are making another video.
No, you're not. Oh shit, that's right. I gotta finish watching that video from Riot Kitty. Who did it better on Broly?
What?
Yeah. Broly is a Dragon Ball Z character. She left. She left me. Well, actually, I've gone on longer than... Oh, there she is. Get your butt in here. There you are. She's back, ladies and gentlemen. She's back. You can all breathe a sigh of relief.
I thought you were gone.
No, you actually fell out of mine.
Oh shit. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the
Hey, people, if you
internet.
have,
It's bad.
also, people, if you have not subscribed to Moira Kitty, just look at that lovely pose she has laying on the bed. Subscribe to Moira Kitty.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that Michelle Pfeiffer was your favorite Catwoman.
I guess.
You
I'm really into
almost
her.
got the same pose.
Oh my. Oh my.
Oh my. My.
Oh my.
And then there's George Takei. Oh my. Yes, folks, I can also do a multitude of different voices. So if you actually want to hear a... Jeez, that's just rude. You guys actually want to hear a multitude of different... Where's my live stream? I know I just had my live stream. Oh, craziness. Hold on. There we go. Now, if you guys actually want to hear me do a voice impersonation, put it down in the comments. I'm pretty sure I might be able to do it. I mean, I can do Joker, I can do Stitch, I can do Jar Jar Binks, all sorts of ones. But anyway, if I don't get a request in like, I don't know, 5 minutes, whatever. How many people are, how many? 431 subscribers and 16 likes. Well, 15 plus 1 from me, myself, and I. But yeah.
You gotta find the tip test.
Yeah. I still need 69 subscribers, folks. That's what she said. Anyway, yeah. Get me to 500 and I will whip this hat off. It's coming off. Oh, but I'm not going to show you what it is. Like I said, you want this to see the most embarrassing thing in my life? Get me to 500 subscribers. I will show you the most embarrassing thing in my life. And to even sweeten the deal, I will do a Q&A of where you can ask me any question, no matter how personal. I will do, or it will be 100% no holds barred Q&A plus the embarrassing hat reveal. So if you guys want me to whip off the hat and do a 100% no holds bar, any question goes Q&A, get me to 500 before May 31st. If you don't, but here's the thing. If I get at least to 450 by May 31st, I will still do the hat. Roger Moore voice, get the women. I need context on that.
Roger Moore was one of the freaking 007. He's fucking.
Oh. I mean, I can do my own personal James Bond. Oh, damn it, woman!
Right.
Slapped me!
Roger Moore. I think Roger Moore was just before.
Say it right. Get it right. Sean Connery was the first James Bond.
Oh, well, yeah, that. No. Roger Moore was, I think, just before, I forget what's his name, the other dark-haired guy.
Dalton?
No. I think Roger Moore was before Dalton. Actually, Roger Moore was before Dalton. Then there was Dalton. And there was the other guy with the dark hair.
Pierce Brosnan?
Yeah, Pierce Brosnan. So I think it's Roger Moore, Timothy Dalton, and Pierce Brosnan.
I mean, I could do a Sean Connery impersonation of Bond. My name's Bond. James Bond. I mean, really. I like my martini shaken, not stirred.
You can sound positive. Oh my.
Yes, I can. I can also do frickin' Gandalf from Lord of the Rings. A wizard is never late, Frodo Baggins. Nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
No, it's too much quiver in the voice.
Too much what?
Too much quiver in the voice.
Well, at that point, he had a slight quiver in his voice.
You had too much quiver. Anyway,
Quiver.
so I was going to be honest with you.
So do all who see such times, but that is not for them to decide. All you need to do is decide what to, or all you need to decide is what to do with the knowledge that is given to you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are tonight's entertainment. You want to know how I got these stars? Well, my father was a drinker.
Roger Moore was in Live Let Die in 1973. Okay, so I may have got the Timothy Dalton name mixed up. So it was Roger Moore, Timothy Dalton, then Pierce Brosnan. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And one night, he goes off crazier than usual. Mommy gets the kitchen knife to defend herself. He doesn't like that. Not one bit. So, me watching, he takes the knife to her and says, "Why so serious?" He comes at me with the knife. "Why so serious?" Sticks the blade in my mouth. Let's put a smile on that face. And why so serious?
Yeah.
And then he just Dahlia's freaking Michael Jai White. I mean, I gotta say, Michael Jai White in a non-martial arts role was odd to see.
My head and neck hurt.
But yeah, anyway, folks, I can do all sorts of stuff. How my name's Stitch.
It gets stranger the longer I sit here.
Yes, it does. And you also forgot to mention Cute and Fluffy.
The fucking Live Die.
Yes, I can do Stitch, folks. I can also do Jar Jar Binks.
I better just put on the chicken.
Well, The Rock happens to be my favorite movie, Jens.
Oh boy.
Well, one of my favorite movies.
I do like The Rock.
My absolute favorite is Finding Forrester. Well, Mormac, you're between the rock and a hard place. How's your bowling arm? Yeah, Sean Connery did the best freaking role in both The Rock and Finding Forrester. Writing. That comes later. Not think, write. Weird. Oh, yeah. You guys probably just saw that. That Twitch that I just did, was an unpleasant memory that just came, or that just went by. Michael Jai White would do, or would only do, martial arts films. Blood and Bones is a great film. I'll have to check that out sometime if I ever find it. But the non-martial arts film I was talking about that he did was Dark Knight. Michael Jai White was the one that the Joker killed and told that particular Scar story to. Now, I can try to do Mark Hamill's Joker, but that's something that's so pure that I wouldn't even dare. However, you're out of your league, man. No, I can't really do it. I used to be able to do it, but I really can't right now. My throat's just not into it. You're out of your league, McGinnis. No, I can't really do it. I mean, I have a sinister voice, and I have a noble voice and whatnot, but when I really get dark, this is the kind of voice that comes out. When I do all sorts of evil little scheming. The Lockheed SR-71 Blackbird, a strategic reconnaissance aircraft capable of Mach 3 in an altitude of 85,000 feet. Do you even read my Christmas list? So do you guys want to hear one crazy true story about Wolverine's, what's his name, Hugh Jackman? Did you know that he pissed himself on a Broadway show? He took a drink of water before one particular scene where he had to sing, and when he got to that, or when he got to the right note, he lost his bladder. And you want to know how I found out this or you want to know how I found this out? It's in a Playboy magazine. When people say that I only read it for the articles, they're full of shit. They also read it to see the women. I mean, when I was reading Playboy, I read it for the articles and for the women. So, yeah. But, yeah, folks, we are going to start wrapping this up. We've almost been going for 3 hours. Holy crap. It's just a random stream of nothing but bullshit. So, yeah, Disney sucks on occasion, especially when it comes to Star Wars. James Cameron, don't lie to people again. All the other random stuff, I want to thank Nobody Geek Jesse for coming on. I'll wait till she gets back. But I am going to go through and thank all the people that were in the chat. Riot Kitty, Jens Petter, Happy Dino 8000. Well, Moira was also in the chat. AFK Bard. I want to thank you guys all. Who else was in here? We're just wrapping up. And Tubian 323. And Culture Casino, as well as Rosetta Allen. I know she was in here too. Yeah. And anybody that I may have missed, the chat seems to have gone too far, so I can't scroll all the way to the top. But I do want to thank everybody for dropping in, and thank you so much for listening to me just shoot the shit with others and go over some crazy stuff. But yes, get me to, when you get in 40s, your bladder gets weak. Oh, jeez. Yes, that is true, but mine's still strong. I haven't pissed my pants in a while, so. Anyway, with that said, get me to 500 subs, or at least 450 by May 31st, and I will still do the hat and the open question Q&A where anything goes. You can ask me anything. And but only if I am at 450 by May 31st. So by May 31st, that it will lock in. The hat comes off at 500. So with that being said, everybody, thank you for all dropping in. Moira, it's always a pleasure, dear.
Mwah, darling.
Indeed. Mwah. Anyway, folks, if you're catching this on the replay, if you watch replays that are 3 hours long,
or in the replay, we really appreciate that.
I know. If you guys catch it in, y'all know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Let me know all your thoughts down on what we were just talking about, anything that we were talking about. Anyway, folks, this has been Orange Hat Reviews. Stay humble.